Alrighty, everyone, welcome to another virtual painting session. Let us hope that the technology works in our favor this time. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, hi Dondo, Steven, hey Hopeful, hey Anthony Murray, how's everyone doing today? Remember that the photo reference will be posted, or actually it has already been posted. The photo reference has already been posted to the community section of my YouTube channel. So if you are interested in doing the same type of painting along with me, either live or as a pre-recorded video, you will have that option. Just go to the community section of the YouTube channel and you will see it there. So I hope that everyone is having a great weekend so far. Hey Chris, hello there. How's everyone doing? Hello Anthony from Ireland. Hey Chris, Bess, Dondo is our superhero. He is the moderator of the live chat. So if anyone has any questions or if I miss anything while Dondo is here with us, he will help us out as the moderator. So right now I'm going to list out the colors that I have here because I know that there's a lot of colors. So I have Flake White on the bottom here, which I probably won't use. It was just left over from this morning's online class. And then I have Titanium White, which I will use primarily. I have Gamboge, Lake Extra, Old Holland. I have Cadmium Yellow, Winsor Newton, just left over from a previous painting session. And then I have Cadmium Red Vermilion mixed with Cadmium Yellow to create this orange color. This is a Williamsburg brand. This is Old Holland Yellow Ocher. This is Old Holland Alizarin Crimson Lake Extra. This is, actually I gotta double check. This is Winsor Newton Raw Umber, Ivory Black, Williamsburg, Sap Green, Winsor Newton, Ultramarine Blue, Old Holland, and then another Ultramarine Blue green shade, Winsor Newton, and then this is my medium, Venetian Medium, made by Rublev. And please, everyone, make sure to check the stream status for me. Let's make sure to double check that the stream is going well. And if it isn't going well, please somebody send me an email or just contact me right away so I can figure out what's going on with the stream. So hey Mohammed. Hello, and I hope everyone is enjoying the fact that you can see everything here. You have the 11-14-inch panel, which I have painted over an old painting using just alkyd paints, using titanium white and raw umber, but alkyd paints. I painted over an old painting. I don't know if you can see the silhouette or the ghost of the face that was once here. But I painted over it a long time ago, and this is what I like about panels, that you can just keep reusing it. And for my solvent, I'll be just using Gamsol here to the left because I'm running low on turpentine, and I prefer to use turpentine for my classical paintings, and Gamsol I'll just use for the Alla Primas, which is what we'll be doing. And I'm going to be using burnt umber, of course, for my drawing color, but I'm actually not going to use only burnt umber for the drawing color. I'm actually going to sneak in a little bit of the ultramarine blue green shade because this is a landscape and I don't want to draw with a warm color, so I want something that's a little bit in between. Not bright blue, but a little bit... should I say a little bit cooler than my usual drawing color. So just a little bit of Gamsol to thin out the paint, and that's all I need for my drawing color. And I hope everyone's doing well. Hey Susanna S. Hey Chris Bess. Hey Andre Gagno. What is up? I hope that you will enjoy the stream, and I hope that everyone will be able to enjoy seeing your comments there. So this is distant mountains that we're painting, and the important thing in the beginning is the same as any subject matter, whether it's landscape, still life, portrait, wildlife paintings, or whatever. The important thing is the abstract composition. So right now I'm just mapping out the composition of these distant mountains. So all the way back here are the mountains that are going to be further away. And then down here, we're moving a little bit closer. Of course, I'm going to be cropping. I'm not going to paint it exactly like we see it in the photo reference. So I'm gonna actually be a little cautious with the placement of the mountains in the back, as I don't want the perspective to go too awry. But with landscape, we have the ability to move. We can move mountains with landscape painting, which is awesome. We literally move mountains. Alrighty, so let me see if we're getting some comments here. Oh, awesome. I'm glad that I my attempts at pronouncing your name were not in vain. Thanks, buddy. So now here we have our first plain break here for the body of water. And I'm trying to just put in an abstract shape that I'm going to sculpt later. And the ground that I'm working on, this is actually my preferred type of surface, some kind of warm middle gray. For landscapes, I actually do prefer warmer tones. The nice thing about working on a toned surface, whenever you can work on a toned surface, is that it helps to make your darks look like darks, your lights look like lights, your warm colors look like warm colors, and your cool colors look like cool colors. And that's the advantage of having something that's in the middle for your tone. And I like to tone with oil paint. I like to work on dry oil paint because it's a little more absorbent. And I want to leave some space down here for these little trees. So I'm just going to put in some little rough shapes there for where the planes for the trees are going to fit. Now, of course, it's not going to be a super realistic landscape. This is going to be done all in one sitting, hoping that we don't lose internet connection again. So the task is a little different than trying to create, I just painted my microphone. It's a little different than trying to create a classically finished landscape. This is going to be closer to the, the impressionistic alla prima style. So again, please feel free to ask me any questions, everyone that is currently watching, and thanks everyone that is leaving a like. So please feel free to ask me anything. I'm going to do my best to keep up with the comments while painting. I'm thinking that I'm going to start off with the horizon here and then work my way down and then work my way up. I don't think I want to have any more outlines than this. This is pretty much most of the outlines that I'm going to want, and then the rest I'm going to push with color. So I'm going to start off with something that's the most obvious to me, which is here. So I'm going to use ultramarine blue, not green shade, just ultramarine blue. To be honest, I probably won't be able to tell the difference between ultramarine blue green shade and ultramarine blue, just ultramarine blue. I can tell the difference though between Old Holland and Old Holland and Winsor Newton. This one is Winsor Newton. It's far more oily, which is fine for alla prima. But right now I'm starting off with the Old Holland and just the ultramarine blue for these distant mountains back here. And now a little bit of, wow, I forgot my, hold on a second. There it is, my ivory black. I'm not used to this color setup because I don't usually have this many cool colors here. For landscape, so a little bit of ivory black. Just because I don't want it to be too saturated in the distance. Let's see. Hey, Kuch, C-U-C-H. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Do you use Liquin or other drying mediums? I have Rublev Venetian Medium over here. I'm actually going to use a little bit of it now that you mention it. And I like to use fast dryers. I like to use fast dryers over slow dryers. And now that I have this kind of coolish plain break, I'm going to switch brushes. Alrighty, let's see here. Hey, Andre Gagno. Oh, what do I think about anime? Interesting question. You asked me that. I wonder if you saw the previous live streams when we were talking about anime. Um, yeah, my fiance and I, we really like watching certain animes, like One Piece and Seven Deadly Sins. I keep all pythons. I have three, and they're named after characters from One Piece. So I have a Luffy, I have Zoro, and then I have Nami. So see how I'm putting the plane break here for the horizon. And I tend to go for the most obvious stuff first. And we're going to be analyzing this plane by plane, trying to get every value as accurate as possible. Hey, Steven. This area of Germany is beautiful. I've only been there in the winter time. Awesome. Yeah, I would love to paint landscapes like this one, like in plein air. So now I'm using the ultramarine blue green shade. And to be honest, I have two ultramarine blues here just because I'm going to be using more blue. And I don't want to use up all my old Holland. So I have the Winsor Newton version here. Alright, now we have a different plane break. Now the exact likeness of the mountain doesn't matter as much as the effect of space, the atmospheric perspective, meaning things that are farther away will appear cooler. They will also be less dark and less saturated for the most part. And that's mostly down to physics, really. For instance, I'm about to put another plane break, actually. Let me just blend these together. I'm going to put another plane break just using ultramarine blue green shade and then a little bit of ivory black. So ultramarine blue green shade, a little bit of ivory black. Let's just use the flake white since I have it here. And a little bit of Venetian medium. So let's see, what have I missed here? Please feel free to ask me any questions on your mind. Hey Anthony, can I ask a question? I'm going to start Girl with the Pearl Earring. What did you color the canvas tone? Yeah, of course. So with that lesson, with that class, I started with a raw umber tone. And I believe I used the Winsor Newton because back then when I started that one, wait a minute, I'm getting project 2 and 3 confused. I used raw umber. This one I used it's called French umber Rublev, but you can use any raw umber from any brand, any artist quality brand, Anthony. So here I'm putting in another plane break, and this one is darker. Do you notice how much darker this is? And that is because these planes are facing us a little more. So a little more ultramarine blue green shade, ivory black. Alrighty, here, let's see. Yep, please feel free to ask any questions. No question is a bad question, unless it gets us in trouble with YouTube. Then it's a bad question. Hey, Andre Gagno, what is your favorite painting? My favorite painting of all, I keep mispronouncing it. I believe Lady Shallot, by John William Waterhouse. It's the very iconic painting of the woman in the sitting in a boat, surrounded by trees, and it's just a wonderful composition. And John William Waterhouse is one of my favorite painters of all time. Now, because I used the flake white, the paint is very thick, which is not a bad thing. It's just an expensive thing. So I'm probably going to stick with the Winsor Newton a little bit longer. And again, the likeness of the mountain itself is not as important as describing the atmospheric perspective. Now we're going to have another one here. And this is why I titled this, this is not the name of the painting. We're going to name it at some point in the stream, but the reason I titled this stream Distant Mountains is because I found that this photo reference was really useful for atmospheric perspective. See all the different planes that we're going to start to describe. And we're going to take it one plane at a time. See how that value is a little too close to this one? So now we really need to study these values. Let's see, what have I missed here? Hey DJ Crane 2B14, other than oil paint, what other art mediums do you use? Other than oil paint, I use just pastel pencils for drawing. I like to use a burnt umber pastel pencil for my drawings, and the short drawing lessons that I've done on Patreon. We're actually going to, for my online classes, we're actually going to move into figure drawing. Practical figure drawing, I'm going to call it, because we're going to move into, anatomy and stuff. Drawing human figures with their traditional garments and things like that from classical paintings. That's how I'm going to do it with my online classes. I have to be careful with my wording here. So in any case, now we're starting to put in very small plane breaks, and I'm actually going to utilize the tone of the surface here to show some of these little rocky details. Of course, they're not rocky details, they're actually just distant things in the mountainscape. So let's see. So yep, feel free to ask anything on your mind. Other than this being a real-time live painting session, this will also be a pre-recorded video, given the tech works for us. So again, the more questions, the better, because it will give us more context to talk about, and will help out future viewers watching the stream after the stream is ended. Hi, Mr. Pavan. What's your preference for brushes? Synthetic brushes or bristle brushes? I like to use synthetic brushes. This is a synthetic brush that I'm using. I don't put a lot of paint all at once normally, even with Alla Prima. I actually use a small amount of paint at a time, and then really try to steer the paint towards specificity. My favorite brush is, we'll get into it eventually. My favorite brush is this type of brush right here. Princeton Catalyst Polytip Bristle Egbert brush. That's right. Sounds fancy because it is fancy. It is my favorite brush of all time. And again, I have the materials linked in the description box down below in case you are interested. They're listed down below with Amazon affiliate links, so just in case you do decide to purchase from there, just know that Amazon will pay me a small amount for whichever purchase you make using my links. Or even, I think, if you scroll through it and then purchase, it'll still, as long as you use that link, it still supports the channel. Scrub. See how the paint is pretty thick. I should probably just use flake white more often. Even the tiniest bit of flake white goes a long way, especially in classical painting. But it just by chance that I had flake white here because I didn't clean off the palette from this morning's painting session. Which, by the way, I have a screenshot. I remembered this time to take the screenshot. So here's the screenshot of what was filmed this morning for my online class, again live at 9 in the morning. So here it is. This is project 2, which is now complete. So this one has I think about 9 or 10 lessons associated with it. They have all been completed, and my online students are able to go through all of the lessons at their own pace, regardless of which project I'm currently filming. The online students have the ability to take their time with each painting. But in any case, I remembered to take the screenshot for us this time. So I'm very cautious with the values, as you're noticing here, and with the drawing. Let's see. No UFOs in this one. Mr. Pianoli. It depends. I'm gonna do it again by likes. If we get up to a certain number of likes, I'll add a UFO. But I'm gonna be a little cautious with that. I got a lot of hate over that video, which I don't mind. It's just, you know, the way things are. But oh, hey, Steven, you started Barbara. Awesome. I can't wait to see that one. So Steven's talking about Project 2 for my online class, which is this one. Again, so this one was, this was filmed this morning. So yeah, Steven, definitely look forward to seeing your progress with Project 2, the model Barbara. And with the horizon, I'm very cautious with the edge. It is a sharp edge, but I don't want it to be a razor sharp edge. Yep, and thanks to everyone that is leaving a like. I tell you what, I since everyone really liked the UFO and stuff with the last landscape, we can do things like that if we make it to a certain number of likes. And also, please type some suggestions in for future virtual painting sessions. I've had a lot of suggestions for Halloween themed since we've just entered October. So we can definitely do some stuff like that. I'm going to have to look for copyright-free images, but we can definitely do some fun Halloween-inspired paintings. Look at that. As soon as I jumped into titanium white, did you notice that? How fast the value jumped? And this is just not as thick of a mixture of paint anymore, and it's a little more oily, which is not bad. It's not bad at all. It's actually what I wanted, but it's something to notice. The differences between flake white and titanium white, you will definitely notice them here. If you've ever been curious about it, you're gonna notice it here, because I'm gonna just use them both. So again, here is the flake white paint tube ASMR. Sorry, that one might have been too loud. Flake white is awesome because it's so rich. It's such a rich color to use. I love it. I love using it for not just portraiture, but anything really. Just don't put it on your morning toast. Hey Chris, Bess, can you tell us a little more of why you use Venetian Medium? Yeah, sure. Hey Astro, Beta Cyrus, what is up? All right, so I can talk about Venetian Medium. I can talk about Venetian Medium all day. I highly enjoy fast dryers that are thixotropic, meaning they are the gel-like mediums that are solid when they're not in use, but then fluid when you apply a force to them. That's I believe that's what thixotropic means. Venetian medium, besides being thixotropic, I will read the description to you directly from the tube. So Venetian medium is based on research that 16th century Venetian painters added powdered glass to their paint, period. Contains lead, crystal glass powder, boiled linseed oil with small amounts of wax, turpentine, and lead. So don't put it on your morning toast, but it is a very nice medium to use. Oh, yes, it is. I liken it to something closer to Gamblin's Neo McGilp. If you don't want to use Venetian Medium because it has lead, and Flake White because it has lead, I understand. That's perfectly fine. Also, I understand that in some areas you actually don't have access to lead-based paints. So alternatives include Neo Megilp, made by Gamblin, which you can use, which is awesome as well if you can't have access to Venetian Medium. Substitute for Flake White if you can't get Flake White where you live is Flake White replacement from Gamblin. It is from the ones that I've tried, it's my favorite one. And Venetian Medium is a fast dryer, but it's not super fast like Liquin, and it makes the paint feel thick even when you thin it out, which is something that I enjoy. So let's see, what else have I missed? Hey, Mr. Piano Lee. Yeah, Halloween theme. Well, yeah, we'll get into that for sure. Anthony, did you ever paint a racing pigeon? You'd be amazed with their colors. Pigeon, okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Hey, Steven, for those of us in Europe that can't get genuine Flake White, it's banned. I've been using Gregorian underpainting white, which seems to work very well. Awesome. So I'm definitely going to point at this comment. Everyone watching this after the stream is over, definitely go ahead and read Steven's comment here. Very useful comment for those of you that don't have access to Flake White. So now one plane at a time, and I'm carefully observing where each plane ends and where another begins. So this one ends, right about here. There. And now there's going to be another plane in front of it that's going to be closer to us. I mean, this is huge. It's by a matter of, I don't know, man, maybe half a mile or maybe even miles from this plane to this plane. So now we're going to change values. Before I do that, I'm going to soften away. Okay, so now we're going to paint this one. And again, ultramarine blue green shade, ivory black, ultramarine blue green shade, Venetian medium because it's awesome. See right there, that's too high of a jump in value. So let's throw in the Flake White. Gotta love the Flake White. Sorry for those of you that don't have access to it. Again, look at Steven's suggestion, and also my suggestion is Flake White replacement from Gamblin. So that's about good. That's darker, but it's not super dark. And again, you can't really see this that well on the photo reference because it's flat. So I have to abstract from the photo reference and imagine what it would look like in person. I'm not trying to copy the photo reference by any means. So let's see, what have I missed? Hey, Mike Parker. Yay, I caught this one, missed the last one. Well, actually, if you're talking about Wednesday, Wednesday's completely failed because the stream lost connection. And then I found out that there were numerous reports that YouTube was down around the time that I was live streaming, or it was having a lot of problems. So I filmed my online class without any problems this morning using the same streaming software. Theoretically, we should be fine. We shouldn't lose connection this time. That's just the way it is. Nothing's perfect. Even if we lose a stream or two, we'll be back. We'll always be able to paint again. So now we've put in another plane. All right, let's see here. Hey, DJ Crane 2B14, you should draw the Loch Ness monster in the water. Hey, that's another idea. Nessie, yeah, we can put Nessie over here. I can definitely fit Nessie in there. Or I can put in a huge anaconda because those of you that know me know that I love reptiles. In particular, I love snakes. I don't own any anacondas, simply because they just wouldn't make a good pet. And I'm purposefully using a lot of blue here. And I'm going to add the greenish colors on top of the blue, just because with landscape, I want to make sure that that effective distance reads its best. All right, let's see here. Hey, Dondo, what about the mixing white from Winsor Newton? I use that for adding volume without changing the value too much. Is this a Winsor Newton known for cracking too? Dondo, I don't really know. I haven't used that one, unfortunately. But I don't think that it should, unless it has zinc in it, Dondo. I would double check to see if it has zinc in it, because as everyone knows, well, not everyone, but as most of the viewers have mentioned, zinc white is the one to look out for. Hi, Cynthia. Welcome to the live stream. Hey, Mike, your thoughts of underpainting in acrylics? Ooh, that's a good question. Thank you, Mike. So you can certainly expedite the classical painting process by using acrylic, but in my opinion, I would suggest using alkyd based oil paints instead of acrylics if you are trying to create a fast underpainting. Also, I've heard that Winsor Newton has a underpainting white as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, you can use acrylic to create an underpainting, but if your goal is to create a really fast underpainting and a really fast drying underpainting, I'd actually use alkyd based oil paints. The one I would suggest is Winsor Newton's Griffin alkyd. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with acrylic. I've used acrylic in the past. It's just sometimes it can be very difficult to. Sometimes it's a little difficult to layer oil paint over top of an acrylic base, just because it kind of gets a little slick. Whereas when you're laying oil paint over top of dry oil paint, it helps a lot, in my opinion. Oops, sorry, I bumped into the microphone. Hey, Steven, so you do have that one in it. Really strange texture. Interesting. I've never used that one. I definitely stand by Gamblin's Flake White replacement. I really enjoy it, but there are alternatives. Now let's get into this kind of a darker, not darker, but a lighter greenish valley that's over here. So I'm going to just use, let's see, what brush is this? I'm going to just use this one. Now I'm going to use sap green and flake white. This is going to be an expensive painting in terms of paint because I'm using so much flake white. I don't often use this much flake white at once, but once you start using flake white, it's really hard not to use it. It's such a wonderful color. Let's see, question mark. Hi, I'm new to the channel, but I already love your paintings. Oh, thank you. Would you mind saying for how long you've been painting? Sure. Is your title, your username is question mark? All right, question mark. I really like the username, by the way. Yep, I've been painting since 2009, so about 11 years. Some would say it's a short amount of time, others would say it's a long time. All right, so now I'm going to put in this plane change. Hey, Pamela. I vote for still life for fall objects like leaves, pumpkins. Oh, pumpkins. Wednesday, I lost it, man. I lost the live stream due to technical difficulties, but I started a still life of 3 pumpkins. Oh, dear. But hey, if you like the idea, then we'll do it again. We can have another pumpkin set up. I still have them, and I still want to paint them. I don't think I will pick up where I left off with the last one just because that footage doesn't exist anymore. But I like the idea. I like it very much. Hey, Mike, I have missed it, but what is the alternative to Flake White? I would suggest Gamblin's Flake White replacement, Mike. Gamblin's Flake White replacement. Hey, Julie, Diana1. Hello, just wanted to say hi. I'm inspired by your oil paints. What's the best bit of advice you can give to a newbie? I love your work so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for your wonderful comment. So for anyone beginning oil painting, if you want to take your learning with me further, of course, there's the online classes for $10 a month. But I would suggest that you experiment with Alla Prima if you want to paint, if you want to gain experience with paint handling, the way the paint handles. Differentiate paint handling from drawing in the beginning, and focus a lot on drawing in terms of basic linear drawings. For my online students, I actually create templates for them. With each new project, I create drawing templates so they can know exactly what the outlines should describe for their oil paintings. And I suggest to learn the classical approach before doing too much alla prima. So in a nutshell, my advice is drawing. But also experiment with paint handling. So even though you'll be experimenting with drawing, definitely experiment with paint handling as well. And again, if anyone has questions about the online classes, feel free to ask me. Now I'm going to change plane once again. Sap green, raw umber. And this plane is going to be a similar color, just a different value. So let's see. That's a good one. Hey, Mike. So I'm from the UK. Can we get that over here? You should be able to. Flake White replacement. Gamblin's Flake White replacement doesn't have lead in it, so you should be able to get it. Hey, Barry Max. How many likes for a lake monster? Since we're at 52 likes, I'd say for a lake monster, once we hit 100 likes, I would definitely put in a lake monster. Hey, Pamela. Oh, if you missed Wednesday, no worries. That stream actually failed because the connection was lost. So you didn't miss anything on Wednesday. You really didn't. Hey, Mike. I've been painting for a good few years, Bob Ross style, but I'm moving over to photorealistic. Awesome. Again, if anyone's ever interested in learning classical approach, among other things, it's not just classical that we'll do in the online classes. My classes are very step-by-step. As I said, this project, for instance, the one that I've been showing you for my online students, this one was completed in 9 or 10 different lessons. So about 8 or 9 or 9 or 10, I don't know, somewhere around 9 hours of painting footage. But in practicality, when I paint, I would have probably completed that one in about 3 layers, 3 or 4 layers, just because I really take everything step by step for online students. Very different approach here with these distant planes. Remember that the fundamentals are universal. It's just that different subject matter sometimes requires different emphasis. And this one in particular, the emphasis is heavy on value. Yep, no problem, Julie, Diana 1. Hey Dorsey, and oh, okay, that's a good one to look at. All right, so there are the gambling paints. Also, I have again, I have links in the description to specific materials. I'm actually going to darken the backside of that plane a little bit. So ultramarine blue green shade, ivory black. All right, let's see what I've missed. Hey Pamela, online classes. How long hours each class and which days? All right, Pamela, thank you for your question about the online classes. So the online classes are set up as pre-recorded videos that guide you every brushstroke, every step of the way through oil paintings and drawings, such as this one. So this one, every single brushstroke has been captured and explained for online students. So the way it works is that online students can take all the time that they would like to do each project. Each project is organized into playlists that only online students can see. Each week, students have the ability to send me images for the virtual classroom, which is a pre-recorded video in which I use drawing software to help my students, guide my students through their projects. Students have the ability to send me images each week for the virtual classroom. They also have the ability to paint along with any of my pre-recorded videos, such as this one. If any of my online students would like to use this as a extracurricular painting project, as I call them, they can also send me that each week. Also, each month, students can send me original artworks of theirs to be featured in the online class, the virtual classroom, in the virtual classroom. So even though I may be on, say, currently we're on lesson number 25, students can still send me images from any of the previous lessons, and they can start with any of the projects that they so choose. Whoa, I almost put in yellow. Not yet. Whew, that was a close call. So I'm going to use sap green. Now we're going to change planes again. See how important these values are? See, this right here is now an acceptable jump in value because we're getting much closer now. So let's see, what have I missed? Hey, Marshall Watkins, what is up? Hey, Mike Parker, I did a John Singer Sargent self-portrait a few weeks ago. I'm sure by yourself and it. Oh, awesome. Cool. Oh, I forgot to mention. So the online classes, new lessons are uploaded 3 days a week. So Wednesdays, Mondays, and Saturdays. And there's also the online classes are $10 a month, but there's also a $20 a month option for what's called the live stream tier, which allows the students to watch the lessons created live. Mondays, Saturdays, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, once the lesson is filmed, then it becomes available as a pre-recorded video for all online students. That's the way that goes. I'm going to make sure to paint all the way to the bottom. So again, please feel free to ask any questions on your mind as I'm painting. I'm someone that frequently gets in trouble for talking about painting all the time. So a situation like this where you want me to talk about painting is wonderful for me because I love to talk about painting. And I love painting too. Now I just started using yellow ochre. Very careful not to use these colors yet. So yellow ochre just a tiny bit now, as we're going to introduce another plane here. And it should be, in theory, a little darker. So I'm going to go ahead and darken this. So ivory black. Beware of your chroma. It's easy to oversaturate a landscape. So definitely use ivory black to bring down the saturation of your bright colors. Hey Neldia, have you used classical methods on landscapes? In the past, yes, I have. But for landscape, I actually prefer the aesthetic to alla prima over classical. Though I do like classical landscape painters from the past, of course. Hey Mike Parker, I seem to have problems color matching, especially with portraits. Any suggestions? Yeah, with portraiture, I would suggest the Zorn palette in particular. My skin tone palette is actually built off of the Zorn palette, meaning Zorn palette's just 4 colors. But I recommend 5 colors for skin tones to be practical. So I recommend some type of white color, whether it's flake or titanium, and yellow ochre. So this one, any of the white colors, yellow ochre, a cadmium red, ivory black, and raw umber. I would suggest those 5 colors for beginning or introduction to skin tones. I suggest the raw umber just because it's very useful for bringing down the saturation of colors and of course for underpaintings. We do our underpaintings in the online classes using raw umber and either titanium white or flake white, depending on the student's preferences. Okay, let's see. Hey Steven, why ivory and not lamp black? Actually, I have lamp black over here somewhere. I have a bunch of Winsor Newton tubes in here, so I go through them whenever I need them. I can't find it, but I do have lamp black. I can't really tell the difference between the two. If anything, lamp black might be a tiny bit warmer. Definitely not like Mars black, but it is a little bit warmer. The tiniest bit. I mean, it may be like 4.267% warmer, maybe. Hey Miriam, how are you? Hope everyone's doing well. Hey Fine Art Tony, Carvalijo. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Good night, artists. I'm here in Brazil enjoying this. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you're enjoying the stream. Hey Erica, have you ever used clove oil to slow down drying time in oil paints for longer paintings? I've heard mixed reviews using it. I've never personally used clove oil to slow down the drying time, but I've been in a studio where artists did use clove oil. They actually put it in a bottle and sprayed it onto their paintings, which I thought was kind of crazy because it would, I wouldn't recommend spraying oil onto paintings, but I've seen it used and it smells really nice. My favorite smelling medium, if we're gonna talk about things that way, my favorite, this is random, but my favorite medium scent is spike lavender, and I highly suggest spike lavender over Gamsol, over turpentine, over pretty much anything. Spike lavender, not only does it have a good reputation with oil paint film, but it's also less toxic for you to breathe in. And I had some of it, but I virtually ran out, because it's pretty darn expensive. That's the only reason I don't use it all the time, is it's extremely expensive. And by extremely expensive, I think $50 US for think 16 ounces, fluid ounces. So in all actuality, it'll probably cost you like maybe, I don't know, like $20 more or $30 more, $30 more US than Gamsol. So it's not really that much more. So let's see, what have I missed? Please feel free to ask me any questions. Hey Mike, I'm partial to Liquin. Yeah, I mean, I've used Liquin for a long time. I have no... The only problem I have with Liquin is the smell. I don't really like the odor that Liquin has, but Liquin is nice because it is a fast dryer that's super fast. I don't know any medium that dries any faster than Liquin. Other than just using straight alkyd paints. Now these trees are really close to us, so they're very dark, but they're nowhere near as dark as any of my darker darks that we have over here. Let's see, what have I missed? Hey Oscar Domingo, hi Yupari, do you prefer to reduce the chroma with black instead of complementary color? Oh, thank you for the congratulations on the streams. A lot of people want to see the Loch Ness Monster in here. So if we can make it to 100 likes, we'll put a Loch Ness Monster in there. I do, yes. I do prefer to use black to bring down the saturation of the color for landscape in particular. Because ivory black is a really cool color. And you have to think about atmospheric perspective when you're doing landscape. Because if you put anything in the immediate vicinity that is, or sorry, if you make anything here as dark as anything over here, it will flatten out the image greatly. Like the photo reference there is flat as flat can be. Photo references are very useful for details and things like that, but they fail when it comes to atmospheric perspective. They fail when it comes to color relationships. They fail when it comes to anything other than just detail, unfortunately. But I think that for portraiture, it's a little different. I will use, and I do use complementary mixtures often to bring down the saturation of colors with portraiture, definitely. And now, since we're much closer, we're going to use yellow ochre. I love this. Even the tiniest bit of flake white has made a huge difference. You can feel the thickness of the paint. Let's see, what have I missed? Hey Mike, must be my nose, but I quite like it and love using it for glazing. Yeah, I mean, Liquid is perfectly fine, and it's not like it smells awful, but I just don't like the smell of it. But I mean, I can be weird in certain instances because I actually don't mind the smell of turpentine, because I do use distilled turpentine. And I don't mind the smell of turpentine, which is something that most artists don't like to use. And they don't use it also because of the health reasons. I cut my losses and I use what I can use. I'm not as worried about the health risks, but you know, I'm not particularly not fond of turpentine either. So, and that one most people really don't like the odor of. If we get, whoa. If we make it to 100 likes, Nessie will be over here. How about we do some left-handed painting here? I just need to make sure to cover the bottom because I will forget if I don't. Okay. So let's see. Hey, Mike, I've heard that that the letters LV are painted into the left eye of the Mona Lisa. Anyone else heard this? Huh. Really? LV. That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question for somebody here. I'm sure somebody knows. So Ivory Black, Sap Green. Alrighty, so now let's add the lightness of the body of water. I'm going to use Ultramarine Blue-Green shade to start with. It's going to be a little bit more greenish than the sky. Ultramarine Blue-Green shade. And now let's use a little bit of not that one. Cadmium Yellow for a greenish tone. And now Titanium White because we need to raise the value quickly. Oh wow, look at that. Hey Marshall, you're left-handed. Awesome. I used to write with my left hand in the past, but definitely I definitely favor using my right hand for painting and everything. The funny thing is I'm left-footed. I kick soccer balls and things with my not that I play any sports. The only sport that I have played in the past is aggressive inline skating or rollerblading. But interestingly enough, I use my left foot, and apparently I'm left-handed when it comes to playing pool, like billard. I'm left-handed for that, and I didn't know. And I didn't know until I took it as an extracurricular class in college. Just fun facts about me. Hey, question mark. Where do you find the reference photos? I definitely struggle to get good ones. I used Unsplash for this one. I'll type it out for you. Unsplash. And you can find copyright-free images there, and you can even sell your paintings using their copyright-free images. So any second now, any second now. Come on. Don't lag. There you go. So Unsplash. That's where I got this photo reference, and you can use the same photo reference if you go to the community section of the YouTube channel, and you'll see that it's posted there. So I'm going to have two brushes now, a light brush and a dark brush. So I'm going to bounce between the Ultramarine Blue-Green shade on the top corner here, using the dark brush, but it cannot get as dark as the mountains. So now we're definitely going to be studying these values. Whew, too light. So yep, if we make it to 100 likes for this stream, then we'll paint the Loch Ness Monster / Anaconda somewhere over here. Hopefully no one disrespects snakes, because I love snakes. So let's see here. Oh, looks like we've got 77 likes. That's good. Do these count? Oh, thank you, Mike. Do the emojis count? If the emojis can add up to the whoa, what did I do? I just mixed up my colors. If the emojis can add up to the like count for the video, sure. I appreciate it. I really do. Yay, we're still getting more likes. So how about we introduce the third... there goes my speech. How about we introduce the first crowd question? What was your previous painting, or what are you working on? Yep, hopefully we get up to 100 likes and we'll paint Nessie. So crowd question, everyone. What are you currently working on? What is currently on your easel? Crowd question. What is currently on your easel? I have a landscape that I'm working on. What's everyone working on? Let's see. Hey, Oscar Domingo, are you also left eye dominant? I'm also right-handed and left-footed. Really? All right, Oscar, we're bros, man. We're both left-footed. I also use my left eye to aim or play poker. Awesome. Interesting. Am I left eye dominant? How do I even test that? I have no clue how to test that. Hey, Oscar, working on landscape. Awesome. Awesome, Steven, working on Barbara for Project 2 and the Bouguereau. And Erica, portrait practice on oil paper. Awesome. And Mike, landscape. Neldia, how do you compensate for the fact that the photo flattens the colors? I make things up. That's how I compensate. I use my knowledge of atmospheric perspective, linear perspective, color relationships, and I make stuff up. If I don't see it in the photo reference and it needs to be there, and I'll put it in there. Let's see. Hey, Dondo, working on the pearl earring. Awesome. Hey, Cash K. Oh, thank you. Julie Diana 1. I'm doing a fantasy mushroom in watercolor. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Hey, Pi FJEP. Hello there. Thanks for watching from Amsterdam. Hey, Barry Max. I got a red canvas waiting to be ruined. Well, you know, sometimes having the ability to paint and not get attached to your painting right away is actually a good thing, I find. Hey, Cynthia, awesome. You're gonna get started with or keep working on the pearl earring. Cool. Again, oh, that's right. Online students, listen up. Especially if you are, online students, tomorrow is the first Sunday of the month. So we'll have our live chat tomorrow. Apologize for the late notice. I did mention it in the lesson today, but so tomorrow, if you're interested, 12 o'clock p.m. Online students, of course, you will be able to chat with me. And I'll do what I can to get the camera facing me so we can have more of a, personal chat. But that'll be tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's see. Hey, Cynthia, which one would you close to shoot a what? Shoot a rifle. Oh, my eye. I would close my left eye, so does that mean that I'm right eye dominant? I think that does. That's a good question. Thank you, Cynthia. I think that means I'm right eye dominant. Hey, Cigar. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Portrait of Robert Downey Jr. Awesome. Iron Man. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, Mike Parker. I'm doing a A3 colored pencil of a lion. Cool. Awesome work, everyone. I love this. Hey, Susanna, portrait in pastel. Awesome. Pastel portraits are really fun. Hey, Astro, Beta, Cyrus, a cougar in the wild. Ooh, wildlife painting. Neldia Garcia, portrait of my husband's godmother. Ooh, sounds awesome. Let's see. Hey, Steven. I'm left-eyed, which means your left eye is stronger. I think that I'm right-eyed. I didn't even know that was a thing until now. I studied differential equations, partial differential equations in college, a little bit of computer science, and I took like 400 level logic and proof classes, but I didn't even know that you could be eye dominant from any particular eye. The things you learn. Hey, Mike. Yeah, definitely. I would love to have you in my online classes. And again, I'm gonna keep mentioning this. So every online student, all of my online students that are currently here watching. So tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time will be our live chat, just like it's always been. 12 o'clock, the first Sunday of every month. 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whoops, there goes the microphone again. Sorry about that. Let's see. What have I missed? What have I missed? Yep. Oh, thanks for writing that out. Let's see. Yeah, thanks for writing that down, though. Hey, Mr. Piano Lee, been doing a lot of soft pastel portraits. Awesome. Hey, Steven, look at your spectacle prescription for each eye. That will tell you. Fun fact. These glasses are over 10 years old. My new ones, I broke them. And my insurance doesn't cover new glasses until 2 years' time. So I've been a little half blind for, I think, almost a year now. It's actually almost time that my insurance covers my new glasses. Alrighty, what have I missed? What have I missed? Hey Lucas, welcome to the live stream. Is color memory possible in painting, being able to remember a color and match it again? Yeah, I think so in a certain extent, Lucas. But like anything, they're gonna be little finite differences. You don't always have to perfectly match a color either. As long as it's ballpark close, it should be fine. So let's see. Hey Anthony, invisible to the naked eye and painted in black on green brown are letters LV in her right pupil. Obviously Leonardo's initials, but it's interesting what's in her left pupil. It's far more interesting. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Hey, Barry Max. When do you think I will surpass our painting abilities? I think that's a typo. Well, the learning curve is actually pretty fast for students of any curriculum, really, as long as the curriculum is based on the fundamentals and not based on anything that's overly purist. As long as the education is based on the fundamentals, the learning curve can actually be pretty fast. A lot of my online students have learned so quick. I'm really impressed with the level that my online students are starting to achieve now. It's really a wonderful thing to see, and it's all based on the fundamentals. And then what you take out and what you eventually do with your training is completely up to you. You can paint landscapes, you can paint tortoises, you can paint UFOs. You can paint anything as long as you have the proper training. And training that's based on the fundamentals. It's like physics to engineering. Like, as long as you understand the physics involved in whatever apparatus that you're trying to invent or create, you can do anything. It really, I think the quote, I'm going to try to take a quote from Nelson Shanks. The quote from Nelson Shanks is, technical ability liberates the artist. I don't know exactly how the quote goes, but Nelson Shanks, my superhero when it comes to painting, said something along the lines that technique and skill liberates the artist. A lack of technique kind of is like a crutch. So as long as you have the technical training, you can do anything you want. Okay, what have I missed? Hey, El Velasquez. Oh, thank you. Thanks for watching from New York. Hey, Steven, you got new glasses today. Awesome. I'm jealous. I wish I could get new glasses. Hey, Vicky, can you do an oil painting and acrylics the same way? Yeah, I can. It's just that I don't really use acrylics as often, simply because, for one, I don't have as much experience with it, but I do have a tutorial video featuring acrylics somewhere in my YouTube channel. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with acrylics, but if you want to paint in the same way that we do oil paintings, but for some reason you may have an allergy, or maybe where you're living you can't have the solvents and mediums and stuff, or maybe I've heard this one as well, if you're pregnant or something and you don't want to use Gamsol or flake white and things like that, definitely check out Cobra Talons. It's pretty much the only water mixable oil paint brand that I recommend. Let's see. All right, I'm just trying to catch up with the comments. Hey, El Velasquez. Yeah, I hope I get new glasses soon. I mean, I'm kind of used to it, but I'm struggling to read the comments. I really have to squint on my computer. Hey, Donda. Oh, we're at 88 likes. Awesome. My dog chowed my $500 prescription glasses to pieces. Oh my goodness. No way. How I would be mortified. Okay, so there's a little bit of the lake to the right that I'm missing, and then we'll get into the clouds. And I hope that everyone's liking the virtual painting sessions. I hope you're liking these live streams. And I'm sticking with Alla Prima for the most part because it's fast, it's efficient, and it's much easier to explain things if they can be completed during the time frame of the stream. But just know that for learning purposes, I highly suggest starting out with the classical approach and then moving into specializing in Alla Prima if that's what you are interested in. Notice how I left some of the tone for these little plane breaks over there. Alright, so now we can get to the trees. And again, please feel free to ask me anything. I apologize if I missed any comments. Now let's go ahead and use my favorite brush of all time. So this is my favorite brush of all time, and this is the Princeton Catalyst Polytip Bristle. In my in the description of this video, I have this brush linked. So a little more medium for the sky. And I'm going to actually try not to thin the paint out just yet. So a little more ultramarine blue-green shade. And yes, I know I need phthalo blue for a sky blue color. If you have phthalo blue and you put in a tiny bit of yellow, you can get a really nice sky color. But I don't have phthalo blue. I will get it eventually. Remember to mind your saturation though, even though if you have phthalo blue, remember to dull it down. It can be too bright for landscape as well. Wow, look at that, we're at 91 likes. Well, okay, the Loch Ness Monster might actually be here soon. Loch Ness Monster / Anaconda. Hey Mike, I'm glad that you're enjoying the live streams. Hey Barry Max, what did I miss? Okay, I meant when you think artificial intelligence will be better at art / painting than humans, if ever. You know, that's really down to mathematics, in my opinion, when it comes to artificial intelligence, because anything tech-based is going to be based on math. So if you look at it this way, if you simplify what an oil painting is, it is a two-dimensional construct made up of, you can think of them as pixels if you want to look at it that way, but it's a flat surface with shapes is what a painting is. Now you can have n number of shapes, any number of shapes in your two-dimensional surface, and that can range to an infinite possibility of different paintings. Now, can you have artificial intelligence that can match a style, like say Rembrandt? Yeah, you can do that. You can teach a computer to replicate the style of a Rembrandt or even to create its own style, but it'll never be able to replicate the kind of, I want to call it Brownian motion, I guess, if I'm using a little bit of a science term, but I think the word is, I forgot. Autonomous, yeah. So you know how something that's autonomous can move randomly and unpredictably. It's a chaotic system, and that is what the human mind is. It's very chaotic, so you'd be hard-pressed to program a robot to use a type of chaotic system to create representational paintings in the way that a human being would. I don't think that it'll ever be able to surpass the beauty and the elegance that the human mind can create. I don't think it can, but maybe it will. Well, we don't know. That's just my long-winded explanation of why I don't think AIs will be able to defeat us in the future, yeah, at least in painting. They may defeat us in other things, but not in painting. Alrighty, let's see here. Yeah, uniqueness, that's the word. In a nutshell, I don't think that they will be able to get the uniqueness in the painting that we can get as human beings. So thank you. Wonderful question. I love it. Wonderful question. Wow, look at that. We're at 94, so it looks like the Loch Ness Monster is going to be there soon. I use cobalt blue for the sky colors. Awesome, Marshall. Yeah, I got to check that out. Oh, thank you, Erica. I'm glad that it looks good so far. Hey, Pi FJP. Yes, definitely loving the streams, learning lots. You make me want to get my oils out again. Awesome. Yeah, get your oil paints out. If they're near you, if they're within reach, definitely get the oil paints out and let's have a good time. A good time painting. And like I said, with the sky, I deliberately didn't use any extra medium. It kind of reminds me of that song, I forgot what it's called, blew his house with a blue little window. Does anyone know what song that is? I think of all the blues in this painting, and it makes me think of that song. Yep, Mike, I don't think AI could ever replace the feeling that human-made oil paintings can portray, or the feeling or effect that it can have on other humans. Hey, Stephen, there was a documentary about AI and art in the UK not so long ago, and the paintings they produced, awesome. I know that there is a robot that can do Rembrandt paintings out there, but again, it you can tell it's not a genuine Rembrandt when you look at it. Oh, it's called On Blue. Yeah, it's kind of remind. Does a painting ever remind you of a song? This one reminds me of that song. All these different blues. And I'll put the clouds in the sky only after I have a lot of blue. So again, please feel free to ask me absolutely anything, anything art related or anything that's appropriate to the stream. Let's see. Hey, Steven, they were rubbish, by the way, in my honest opinion. I think we're talking about the... Oh, okay, the paintings that were made by the computers. I'm pretty sure in the distant future they will be able to... they will be able to create, like better quality paintings than what they're doing now. The robots. Let's see. Hey, Julie, Diana. Oh, it's called Blue. Eiffel 65 is the name. Yeah, it reminds me of that song. All of these different blues. Let's see. Hey, Dondo, Blue Ridge Mountains, the song West Virginia. Oh, I don't think I know that one. Oh, but man, I really enjoy West Virginia. Shout out to anyone that's in West Virginia. I love the mountain roads over there. Back in my motorcycle days, oh man, I would love to go on the mountain roads, especially like Route 211. Oh man, I miss those days. So this is one of the thickest painted Alla Prima paintings to date on our virtual painting session. So definitely very thick, and it's ready for me to now start to put in all the painterly stuff to make a more interesting scene. So a little tip with Alla Prima painting is if you start with very thick paint, you'll be able to layer onto it a little bit more easily. So let's see. Hey Barry Max, have you ever used your camera phone to take black and white photos to check value? I have done something similar. I have taken pictures of my paintings and changed it to black and white. If that's what we're talking about, yeah, I've done that before. It's actually a pretty good idea. Thanks for pointing that out. Hey Astro, Beta, Cyrus, artist to be enjoyed. That is what machines will never be able to do. I never say never. Maybe I did say never at once. Oops. But I never say never. I mean, AI can get pretty far. You never know. I do think that emotions are complex, but I don't think that they are beyond our understanding. I think that computers in the future, AIs, will have feelings. I think they will. Maybe not in my lifetime, but I think it'll be a possibility. Oh, look at that. We're at 98. Hey, Kathy. What's up? Oh, Kathy, by the way, tomorrow is the first Sunday of the month, so we will have the live chat tomorrow. And I'll do the best that I can to set up the camera so that it's facing me and we can actually have a chat. So everyone that's just tuning in, I said that if we reached 100 likes, I would paint the Loch Ness monster over here, or a giant anaconda, which of course I love snakes. But in any case, yeah, I guess we're 2 likes away. So if anyone wants to send us to 100 likes, then we'll paint the Loch Ness monster in there. With the same brush, actually, never mind. I'm going to use the brush that we painted these darker planes in and start to sketch the trees. Really? The clouds. Ultramarine blue green shade. And now we'll start to put in some texture for some clouds. Change to a lighter brush. Yep, that is correct. It is all programming in the end. I really enjoy our dialogues, everyone. Everything we talk about, art related and then kind of abstract, but still connected to art. Oh, did we make it to 100? Nessie. Yep, the Loch Ness. Oh, we did. We made it to 100. I think. Did we? Yep, a live chat tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Okay. All right, we're going to put in Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. Or a giant anaconda. Because snakes are awesome. All right, let's do it. I'm going to get a smaller brush. And, yeah, this is going to be similar to the UFO. Where's the excitement? You should be on the edge of your seat for this one. This is going to be super exciting. The Loch Ness monster. The Loch Ness monster is going to be partially in the water, partially out of the water. So let's do it. A little bit of, well, I need more of that color. Ultramarine blue-green shade. Thanks for all the likes, everyone. It seems like everyone really wants to see me paint the Loch Ness monster in the corner of the landscape. Thanks, everyone. All of you make this awesome. Everyone sitting there in the audience. Let's do it. Hey Barry, no, I didn't sell the UFO painting. It's still sitting like 5 feet away from me. Having a tough time with sales. But let's do it. A little bit of Venetian Medium mixed into this kind of mountain-like color for the Loch Ness monster. So let's put the tail first. The tail is going to stick out a little bit. And it's going to go into the water. And then the tail is going, or the body is going to come back out. So part of the Loch Ness monster is in the water. The other part is up. And now it's back in the water again. And then now we're going to have another little lump to the Loch Ness monster. To Nessie. And we'll make this one a little bigger so we don't repeat things too much. We're going to make this a big one. A big Loch Ness monster. Hey, Julie, Diana 1. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the confetti. Hey, Mike Parker. Do you do much physical blending or just changing the values? Both. A little both. I will blend with the soft synthetic brush. But I don't think I did any blending just yet in this one. But yeah, I do both. All right, now the head is going to stick out a little bit. Now this is a big Loch Ness monster. This is probably pushing, I think, 70 feet. It's a huge, huge Loch Ness monster. And we're going to paint the little ripples that the Loch Ness Monster is going to make. So let me get a different brush out. What? Okay, wrong brush. This brush is practically useless, so I've pretty much used it up. Now let me double check for... Oh dear, I might be running out of brushes. Okay, this might suffice. Flake white, because Loch Ness Monster likes flake white. Loch Ness Monster gets what Loch Ness Monster wants. Am I right? I hope I am. So we're going to paint the ripples, and then we're going to put the reflection of the Loch Ness Monster. Nessie has a little bit more body in the middle. Yeah, we'll get there. Now, let's describe the characteristic of Nessie. I think that Nessie is a vegetarian for the most part. Feeding on plant matter in the bottom of the body of water. Hey Mike, oh I'm glad you like Nessie. We're still adding to Nessie. Nessie would be a good name for another ball python. Let's see. Hey Julie, Diana. Oh okay. Hey Mike Parker. Oh okay. I'm glad you like this. Yeah. Let's do it. And I'm going to use the same color and start to put some reflection. Hey Dondo, digital print of the UFO landscape. Yeah, we could do that. I actually didn't photograph it, but I didn't take... Wait, there's a lie. I did photograph it. I didn't save it onto my computer. I have the photograph on my phone. Well, we can do something like that. Hey, Julie Diane 1. How long have you been painting for? Is it something you've always done? I've always loved painting, but I've only been formally studying it since 2009. So about a third of my life has been spent studying painting. I mean, I did get a math degree in the meantime, but for the most part, painting has always been my main passion. And reptiles, though. I love reptiles, motorcycles. I'd like to make sushi, sushi roll, maki. So there's the reflection of Nessie. Alrighty, let's see here. What have I missed? Hey, Cybernetic Phoenix. Oh, that's a cool username. Yeah, welcome to the live stream. Hey, Barry Max. I think the myth is based on a Plesiosaurus. Ooh, well, now we're getting technical. Cybernetic Phoenix. I've been watching a lot of your drawing videos lately. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you're enjoying the drawing videos. Hey, Stephen. Nessie eats little naughty children. That's what they told us in the 60s. Awesome. It could be that Nessie also eats the people that come and just dislike and leave. Nessie might eat those that leave dislikes, but we'll keep that on the hush. Hey, Julio Vasquez. Hey, Cybernetic Phoenix. Is it wrong that I draw what you're drawing instead of using the reference? No. Feel free to draw with me. No problems. Now we got to put the ripple effects for Nessie. So ultramarine blue-green shade. Because as Nessie is swimming, Nessie would be disrupting the water a little bit. So there should be some kind of disruptions in the water. Hey, Cybernetic Phoenix. Oh, cool. Improvements. Awesome. Well, I hope that these streams are helping you out. And again, anyone that wants to take their learning further with me, please check out my online classes that are, again, just $10 a month. Gotta be careful not to overdo these ripples, though. And of course, they would spread out the further the Loch Ness Monster gets. And I'm gonna blend it with a synthetic brush. So right now it's overly sharp. A little, actually, you can barely see it, but I'm gonna blend it soon. It doesn't really need all that much for the ripple effect. Hey, Pavlo. It's hard to mix colors like that. I mean, if we're talking about landscape, it's really just about keeping them not overly saturated or warm. You just got to watch out for warm colors and saturated ones. Now we're going to add a point of interest. So a little bit of light reflecting on the water. Hey, Pavlo. Yeah, it does take, a concerned effort to be able to replicate the colors and to, juggle color value and drawing all at once, which is why I suggest classical approach. I gotta be careful not to overdo the body of water around Nessie. Again, Nessie is searching for those that have disliked the stream to give them a little consultation, friendly consultation with Nessie. Let's see. Hey, let's see. What have I missed? Hey, Pavlo. Also, sometimes I get the right color, but it feels wrong, and I don't know if it's good or not. Usually color, I relate one color to another. I relate different shapes of color to gauge, instead of just one color by itself. Hey, Mike. Not too sure if it's 2 meters, but yeah, I mean this is a big Loch Ness monster. I'm glad that you like the videos, Cybernetic Phoenix. Hey, Arcadian Art. Yep, we are doing some landscape, and funny thing, we're painting the Loch Ness Monster in the water. It was a crowd suggestion. Hey, Astro Beta Cyrus. Question: what inspired you to start painting? What was your journey like in the beginning, and what did you struggle with? Definitely going to the museums before the world shut down, of course, and seeing paintings in person. In particular, like one artist that really motivated me was Elizabeth Louis Vigée-Lebrun. Seeing her portraits really motivated me to try to learn representational painting. One of my biggest inspirations in the beginning was Vigée-Lebrun. Hey, Pavlo. All right, so we've got Nessie in the water, just hanging out, looking for anyone that disliked the video and to give them a friendly consultation. Now let's add some more information down here and then get back to the clouds. So it's a little bit of, now I'm going to use a little more yellow ochre. Titanium white. Raw umber. Let's use this orange that we mixed up last time for the pumpkin that, well, it didn't work due to technology. Let's not let the paint go to waste. Planes, planes, and planes. That's the secret. And of course, as I said before, I skip a lot of explanation with these, because this is virtual painting session. It's not an online lesson, but again, please check out my online classes for learning the specific fundamentals, because I do skip over a lot of stuff. Let's see. Hey Julia, Diana1, do you work with other art mediums? I'm currently on watercolor, but looking to try oil painting. At the moment, just drawing tools, drawing materials, really. I just do mainly oil painting and drawing. And when I draw, I use a lot of things. I use pastel pencil, charcoal, graphite, a lot of different things. Hey Mike, I put a glass pan over the reference photo and the color matched that, so I didn't ruin the reference photo. Oh, well that's clever. You can also mix on your palette knife and then just gauge it. Oh no, a cricket has entered the room. Among other things, this area has a lot of crickets. Well, that's a good idea to match the colors. Hey, Steven. No, I didn't put the paint in the freezer. As you're seeing, this orange color is still wet. And that's just because red takes forever to dry. I'll tell you what did kind of dry is the yellow ochre. But I can still dig into it. All right, now let's get to the clouds. And again, please feel free to ask me anything. And yep, there's a little bit too much of a greenish tone in this color, so titanium white, ultramarine blue-green shade. Also, online students today, today's Saturday, so I posted the behind the scenes video. Please check out the post that I made today. Online students and patrons on Patreon. I posted an updated materials video. along with links and everything. I think I posted it about an hour or two. Actually, I think 2 hours ago. Or actually 2 hours before I started streaming. Unless I forgot when I posted it. I did post it before streaming. So going back and forth between the dark brush and the light brush. Now we're going to be painting in the details for this overcast. I tell you what, we can also fit something in the sky. If you have any suggestions. We've already done the UFO, so we may be able to fit something in the sky, like a blimp or a skydiver or something. A pterodactyl. You name it. Let's see. Hey Barry Max, what varnish do you use when the painting is done? I've actually switched to Gamvar. This one right here, Gamvar. I use it when the painting is touch dry. So about a week or 2 weeks. Hey Troy Roberts, don't get to paint along with this. Didn't get to paint along with this morning because of work, but had a. Let me see. Oh, you had to look at the materials lesson. Oh, I'm glad you liked the post on the materials. Definitely check out the post. So online students that are watching right now, definitely check out that post. And it's going to be linked. So future online students, so anyone that decides, if you decide to join my online classes at $10 a month, I do send you a welcome package message through the Patreon messenger that has the playlists linked for you. And I've also added the updated materials video to the new Patreon welcoming package. A phoenix in the sky. Oh yeah, look at that. Cybernetic phoenix. Yeah, possible. Julie Diana 1, hot air balloon. We could also put Waldo somewhere in the painting. You know, like where's Waldo? We can fit Waldo in there. It's so hard to paint clouds and not think about Bob Ross. You know, I think this cloud needs a friend. So we're going to give him a friend right here. And don't get me wrong, I love Bob Ross. I imagine if Bob Ross was alive today, he'd probably be doing live streams on YouTube. Most likely. Alrighty, let's see. Hey Barry Max, maybe for the sky a distant rocket launch. We could do that. Hey Barry, I thought you had to wait for at least 2 months before varnish. Maybe just with... Okay, so Barry, if you're going to use a traditional varnish, and by traditional I mean Damar varnish, then it's suggested to wait 6 months. But since waiting 6 months is a drag, I like to use Gamvar, because that way you don't have to wait 6 months. To be safe, of course, wait 6 months if you want to be super safe. But with the tech that we have now and the modern chemistry, I think that you'll be perfectly fine varnishing with the painting touch dry. Just make sure it is thoroughly dry. But even so, Gamvar is removable. So you can easily remove it with, I think, White Spirit. Millennium Falcon. Hey, Sagar, welcome to the live stream. Hey, Mr. Pianoli, all of Bob Ross's paintings from the shows are still in a warehouse somewhere. Yeah, they're actually somewhere in Virginia. I think Northern Virginia. And I'm over here by DC, so I'm actually kind of close to them. Fun fact. Oh, I wish I could see those paintings in person. Yeah, he did. He did do 3 different versions of the same one. Hey, Barry Max, it's Gamvar with a G. Gamvar, so Gamvar gloss. That's the one I use for varnishing. Yep, that's the one. Alrighty. Let's see. What's up there? Jesus Christ is the Lord. What is up? Welcome to the live stream. So yeah, any ideas on what we can paint in the clouds? Hot air balloon, skydiver. Someone said a falcon, a phoenix. Wow, pretty expensive. The Gamvar? Gamvar is not that expensive. The picture varnish. Hey Michael, a BI plane would look good. Oh, a big plane, a big airplane. Possible. Oh, thanks, Sarah. And these are kind of like string-like clouds. I kind of always giggled when Bob Ross would call the clouds floaters. I guess that terminology is different nowadays, if you know what I mean. It stands for different things nowadays. So I'm not going to refer to my clouds as floaters. A Da Vinci design plane. That's a good idea. Paint the flying monkey. Awesome. Oh, wow, Barry Max, the Gamvar is expensive over there. Wow. That's crazy. I went to Michael's with the 40% off, and this was about, I think, like $8 with the 40% off. It's not that much. It's like, maybe look at the size. This is 8.5 fluid ounces, 250 milliliters. Yeah. Hey, 999 Oracle. Yeah. Bob Ross, does anyone remember that? He would call them little floaters in the sky. Of course, nowadays we know that's like lingo for something else. Hey, Steven, there's a Bob Ross exhibition going on around the world. I think it's in Canada at the moment. I'm hoping it comes to the UK. Awesome. Yeah, definitely would love to see those. Hey, Astro Beta Cyrus. So many ideas. He would run out of canvas. Awesome. Distant clouds. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Nine Eye Oracle. Yeah, definitely. Get some paints out and join us. Nine Eye Oracle. I really like your username, by the way. Paint a brown cloud as a floater. I don't know if we'll go that far. Whatever we paint in the clouds, if we do paint something in the clouds, it has to fit in the composition somewhat. You know, remember last time we were gonna paint the face mask and the trees? Yeah, that didn't work compositionally. So whatever it is we paint in the sky, it has to fit the composition. Hey Steven, my personal research shows that American art brands art supplies are at least 4 times more expensive in the UK. Oh wow! I think there's a tax that is applied. Whoa! I didn't know that. Oh, hey Nine Eye Oracle. Yep, you're welcome. Thanks for the emoji. Hey Naima, oh, okay. I can read Spanish, but I think this is French. Oh, a French translation. I think that's what, a French translation. Can I do that? I'm not that well versed in, the YouTube translations, but if there's a way I can translate it to French, maybe somebody wants to help me with that. I have no clue. Hey Barry Max, maybe the moon, as you sometimes see it during the day. That's possible. The moon. But I'm kind of into the comical side of things when it comes to painting, so I don't know. I like the UFO from before, but I'm also thinking of something like a skydiver or just something random that would be here. Not as grim as like an asteroid, but we could paint like a comet. I don't know. Something. Somebody out here is going to have a eureka moment and tell me what to put in the clouds. Yeah, Barry, I think, so can I don't know how to create French subtitles. Is there an option for that? Majin Buu and Godzilla. Oh, there we go. So yeah, Barry, I gotta figure out how to do that with the subtitles. I have no clue. I apologize for my ignorance there. Majin Buu, we could put Majin Buu. Although he might be kind of difficult to put in the clouds. Hey, Nine Eye Oracle. Jupiter. Oh yeah, we could put Jupiter. I'd have to look at pictures of Jupiter. Like we're in a distant. Oh, like a planet. What if we make up a planet? Does everyone want me to make up a planet? We could turn this into like a different world. Ooh, I like that idea. What does everyone think? Should I paint a planet? Design my own planet? And put it in there? That could work. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, Nine Eye Oracle. Now we're on the same page. Hey, Cybernetic Phoenix. They traveled to Italy and they were like €2 or something to see the paintings. to Bob Ross. I think that's what we're talking about. Hey, Steven, once this is uploaded, if you are in France, you can switch on CD and it should automatically translate. I watch Japanese and Russian videos using this method. Oh, yes. Let me see if I can... Steven. This one, please. So everyone watching this in the future that wants to watch this in their own language or language that they understand, this one right here. Look at this comment here. I wish I could highlight it or something, but pointing at this comment. So let's see here. Planet Yupari. Interesting. If I had my own planet, it would be a very peaceful planet with lots of paintings. Yeah, of course. Nine-Eye Oracle, yeah. Yeah, we can make up a planet. A blimp, yep. A blimp and then a planet. There's so much that we can do. Let's see, look at that. This is the power of Alla Prima. Let me first make the clouds a little more interesting, and then we'll put the stuff in the sky. I think we'll go with the planet. What color should I make the planet? I think I'm gonna make it like a blue, or maybe like a purple planet. What does CD mean? I think it's closed description. I don't know. Now, as I'm painting in the light on this cloud, I have to decide where I'd put that planet. How do we even find ourselves in these conversations? You ever wonder that, like, just the fact that where am I going to put this planet? Who says that? Only in painting can you have that much power. So where am I going to put this planet? I think... I think here, just because I'll get like a zigzag of focus here. I don't know. I think I want to put the planet over here. Yeah, we can definitely put a big planet. Light blue if you want it fading out, barely noticeable. Yeah, we can do that. So now I have to decide how many likes will it take to paint that planet. How many likes? We're at 126. So if we make it to 150, we'll paint the cloud. Not the cloud, we'll paint the planet. A distant planet back here. I think I'm going to go with a blue planet. Maybe we'll give it some purple, like purple mountains and things. So if we make it to 150 likes, we'll paint in that planet. Planet Yupari. Thanks. I wonder what that... I would make it a very peaceful planet. That's for sure. Peaceful planet where everyone's nice to each other. Everyone's nice to wildlife and everyone gets along. And paints like every day. Let's see. Hey, Chrysalida. Welcome. I'm glad you like the theme for today. Hey, Nine-Eye Oracle. If you do paint a planet, I would almost drop that in before continuing the clouds so that you can paint them over. Nine-Eye Oracle, I'm actually painting without medium in the clouds. So theoretically, I can put anything wet on wet. So the planet, if we make it to 150 likes, the planet will be painted in wet on wet. Yep. Oh, this will be complete by the time the stream ends tonight. This will be a completed painting. Yep. So everyone watching that wants me to paint in the planet over here, please leave us a like. If we make it to 150, I will paint the planet. Oh, thanks, Nine-Eye Oracle. So right now we're at 127 likes. So let's see if we make it to 150. Before I forget, now I should put in some details, specifically for the stuff that's closer to us. So I'm gonna start putting in some details here, and whatever details I put in, I want to make sure that it doesn't take away from the composition. I apologize if anyone hears that creature in the background. I'm making a tapping noise on my setup here. Sometimes it makes the crickets stop chirping. A cricket is singing its soul out in the background. Tapping in little details for the trees. Hey, Astrobeta Cyrus, I want to get good at painting and paint some scenes from my dreams. I have really interesting dreams. Last night I dreamed of seeing a beautiful starry night. The stars were zoomed in. Well, I wish I could dream that vivid. I don't really have too many vivid dreams. And we're putting in these little details here for this grouping of trees. Tiny, however. I wonder if this picture was taken with a drone. Because it looks like it's, or probably someone standing on the top of a mountain. Hey Teresa, just got your message on Patreon. I'll get back to you once the stream ends. So again, everyone in the online classes, or anyone interested in the online classes, another thing that you have is the Patreon Messenger, which I check all the time. I made sure that I was up to date on all the responses before streaming today. And tomorrow will definitely be fun for the live chat. I'll try to set up the camera so we have Mr. Taco, the Chihuahua, with us. For the most part, I think I figured out how to do that. Let's see. Hey, Omar, Wagner. Oh, I'm glad that you like watching other people's works. Awesome. Thanks for the thumbs up. Hey, Nine Oracle, referring my partner to your channel. Awesome. Well, thank you for referring the YouTube channel. Hey, Pamela. Do your students ever send you their own paintings for their for the critiques? Yep, they do. That's part of the online classes, the setup of the online classes. So students have the ability to send original artworks anytime, one original artwork anytime of the month. And I do it that way so that students have all the time that they need to work on their paintings. And yes, that is actually part of the way the online classes are set up. So thank you for that question. Let's see. Hey, Steven, these are huge mountains. This is a skiing area in the winter. Oh, there goes Siri again. Siri, you're so rude. Siri always thinks I'm talking to her. Or maybe I'm being rude to Siri. Oops. But when we're talking about images with the online classes, you can actually send me 2 images a week. If you really want to send a lot of images, one would be, of course, your class project, whichever class project you're working on or projects that you're working on. And then the other would be extracurricular. So again, for online students, any of my previous paintings or any of my paintings that have been filmed can count as an extracurricular. So for example, one of my online students could be painting with me right now, and then they can send me a picture of what they painted, painting along with me here, for this week's virtual classroom along with their class projects. Hey Troy, getting feedback has been so good, has helped me improve so much. Well worth it. If anyone's on the fence, oh, thank you for that comment. I do the best that I can with the virtual classroom, the online feedback videos. So that's what the virtual classroom is. It features the students' artwork, and I give the students guidance each week. So again, it's not like I'm just creating videos and then saying, I'm not just creating videos and then saying do the best you can. I create videos and then give my students weekly feedback on their class projects. And students can send the images by Saturday night, 11:59 p.m. I just got your image, Barbara. Let's see. Go back to master studies. I can, but the thing is, they take a long time. So for classical, anyone again that wants to take their classical painting further, please check out again the online classes, because again, here is, oh no, don't, okay, there it is. So there is the painting that was just completed. So again, all of the footage, about 8 hours of footage, is available on this project for my online classes. I would not be able to do that much here on YouTube, unfortunately. The algorithm just wouldn't allow me to. So again, this is virtual painting sessions, but yes, we can do some more master studies in the future, but just know that they won't be as in-depth as the online classes. Let's see. Hey Sarah, yeah, Siri is desperate for attention. Hey Mina, have I ever made my own oil paint? Not yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that. I actually want to buy the pigments and combine the pigment into oil and do that. Yeah, I do want to do that. I haven't done it yet. But thank you for the question. Oh, thanks, Don. I'm glad that you enjoy the feedback. And this is a distant structure in the background, most likely some type of barrier to the water. I don't know. We're at 135 likes. If we make it to 150, we'll paint in that planet in the distance. So if you're watching and you would like to see a planet in the distant background, be sure to leave a like. And if we make it to 100, if we make it to 150, we'll paint in that sky. Let's see. Oh, it's a dam. Yeah, it is a dam crossing. Hey, Jack. Yupari, you have been such an inspiration to me on my journey as an artist. Thank you for your generosity. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you're enjoying the videos, and hopefully you're enjoying the live streams. Hey, Troy, would you ever consider doing an oil pastel? Possibility. I have used oil pastels in the past. It's definitely a possibility. So let's see. So now I'm gonna put in some more planes here, but I'm gonna. I need the right brush for that. The right size brush. Let's see if this works. And let's use Flake White. So I'm just putting in little variations in the brush strokes to try to get the effect of some kind of distant trees back here. So again, please feel free to ask me anything art related, or anything that just won't get us in trouble with YouTube. I think I should actually make the bottom of this a little darker here. Whoa, not that dark. So, let's see. It's time for a crowd question. I think the cricket is the one doing all the talking right now. Art related, or not art related. Let's make this art related. How about this? What is everyone's favorite red color to use? Red oil paint or whichever. Mine, of course, is, I'll type it here. My favorite is Cadmium Red Vermilion, and that is a Williamsburg tube. I've got it right here. This is my favorite red to use. So I'm just interested. What is your favorite red, everyone? And if someone else responded with the same answer that you want to respond, just feel free to write your response. I'm wondering how many will respond cadmium red light versus medium, or maybe naphthol red, or there's a whole bunch of different reds. There's pyrrole red, there's quinacridone, there's all kinds of different reds. Pyrrole? All right, Steven. Ooh, Madder Lake. Is this the Cobra color, Michael? Awesome. Awesome variety already. Look at that. So again, everyone, even if someone has already written your answer, please write your response. There are about 68 of us watching, so I want to see at least, well, now someone just left, so there are about 67 of us here, so I would like to see 67 responses to what is your favorite red to use, oil painting or whichever. As I put in some texture to the mountain. Let's see. Oh, awesome, Michael. So yeah, awesome. Cobra, definitely. Hey, Chrysalida. I use Cad Red Hue for sunsets. Vermilion has more orange. It's a little bit more orange, yeah, but it's still, I mean, it's my favorite red. Oh, hey, BVM. Magenta Cobra Water Mixables. Awesome. Crimson Red. Ooh, that's a nice one. So a little bit of texture for the distant mountains. Let's see. Hey, Troy Roberts. I just have one red called Crimson. So far, that's my favorite by default. Cool, cool. Crimson Red seems to be a popular one. I like this. And again, anyone that their favorite red has already been mentioned, just feel free to type it. Hey, Astro Betasaurus. Mine, it only says cadmium red. That's a good one, too. I have a similar paint tube. If I can find it. I can't find it. My cadmium yellow is just cadmium yellow. It's not deep or light or anything. It's just cadmium yellow. So awesome. Cadmium red is good. Cadmium red hue is the red I have. Awesome. Oh, bright red is also a good one to use. It's not quite as saturated, I think, as cadmium or pyrrole. But it's still a really good one to use. Now this mountain's going to have distinct plains, so now it's time to put in these distinct plains as everyone types in their favorite red to use. Alrighty here. Henry coming in with crimson or scarlet. Awesome. Oh, it looks like we're getting a lot of crimsons. Please keep writing your favorite. Looks like we're learning a lot here. So crimson seems to be everyone's favorite, it seems. Awesome. Hey, Hopeful. Yeah, yeah. You started a trend here with the crimson. So any changes I put in here or additions, I'm now doing very cautiously so that the overall perspective doesn't get lost. Is there I'm new to oils, but in watercolor, I like permanent rose. Ooh, that's a nice color. Even with with oil paints, permanent rose. I've used that before. So this gets a little darker and then greenish. But I've got to be careful not to make it too warm. That's how I can end up accidentally flattening this out. Oh, let's see here. So Astro Beta Cyrus. Here's a question. Do you guys have trouble ending up buying more oil colors than needed? I'm kind of like a kid in the candy store when being in an art store, which reminds me I need more canvases. Uh, I mean, I'm kind of strict on myself, but in the past I was like that. Yeah, I would love to try out so many different colors. In the past I was definitely like that, but now I'm very strict with which colors I buy. Let's see here. Hey, Barry Max. Craplock is my favorite red. Okay, that's one I haven't heard of. That's definitely one to check out. And Steven, I also like Bob Ross light red made in Germany, but Lucas, which differs from American version, I have used both. Awesome. Hey, Susanna S. Alrighty, coming in with Crimson. I love seeing all the responses. Thank you, everyone, for writing your responses. And please keep them coming. Hey, Henry. Question: would you say ultramarine is a cold blue or a warm blue? Well, that's all relative to what we're comparing it to. Relative to the other blues, I think it's neither. I think ultramarine blue is just more of a neutral blue. When it comes to a warm blue, I think indigo is more of a warm blue to me, in my opinion. Ultramarine blue is pretty much a staple in most palettes, and I like it because it's not as expensive as you know it's not as expensive as cobalt blue. Hey Steven, yes I try everything. I bought some gold and silver paint last week. Oh wow, awesome. There was a time where I was definitely experimenting more with color, but now I'm kind of more I've refined which colors I use. I tell you what though, phthalo blue is a good color to have for a landscape. I would never use it in portraiture, unless it was like for a still life element in a portrait, but I would never use it in portrait. It's just too strong of a blue for portrait. Oh wow, we're at 142 likes. Thanks everyone. So I guess everyone really wants the planet. I wants to see this planet here. So now we're 8 likes away from that planet. Hey, Astro Beta Cyrus, can you get cerulean blue color by mixing other colors? That's a good one. And just because of the depth of cerulean blue, I don't think that it's possible. It's such a bright blue. It's kind of hard to mix the chroma. Perhaps maybe if you neutralize phthalo blue, then you could get something close to cerulean blue. But cerulean blue is a really nice color as well. It reminds me of this song that I really like that's actually called Cerulean. It's by this singer named Vila. I don't know if anyone knows Vila. It's more like in the electronic music categories, but I really love her voice. The singer Vila, and she has a song called Cerulean, so that just reminds me of Cerulean. So any other favorite red colors? And again, if your favorite is crimson, just write it down, even if someone has already mentioned it. Yep, no problem, Astro Beta Cyrus. Let's see. So Steven, Gregorian Ultramarine Blue is the same as their own brand Permanent Blue. Same pigment code. Does anyone else compare pigment codes to their paint tubes? So Steven, interesting. Just because brands may use the same pigment code, that's a very good thing that you're pointing out. For instance, Winsor Newton Raw Umber and French Umber are both PBR7. So pigment PBR7 for French Umber, PBR7 for Raw Umber Winsor Newton. But these two couldn't be any more different when in the handling. So this is artist grade in my opinion. This is like professional grade. The Rublev and Old Holland and Williamsburg, along with Michael Harding, Vasari, and then all those other ones are professional grade. So you definitely feel the difference with how thick the paint consistency is for this one versus this one. But to be practical, I use this one perhaps a lot more for Alla Prima. So that is a very good thing that you pointed out there, Stephen. Hey, Chrysalida, when would you use Prussian blue? Out of all the blues that I've used, and that song is in my head again. Out of all the blues that I've used, I don't think I've used Prussian blue. Chrysalida, I don't think I've ever used Prussian blue. It's a Bob Ross color, so definitely something worth trying out, but I don't think I've used it. Unless my memory is failing me, I don't think I've used it. Is there a PV19 have many colors too? So different variations of pigment PV19. Awesome. Hey Barry Max, so Cobra 389. All right, I'll check that one out. I've never heard of that one. Thank you. Berry Max, so Old Master color. Ooh, awesome. Hey, that leads to another interesting crowd question. Yeah, that's actually a very good crowd question. This one might be similar, but still a little different. So everyone, crowd question. What is your favorite Old Master color? Even if you haven't used it, I'm gonna write mine. I haven't used this one yet, but I want it. I want it. I want it so bad. Um, Vermilion. I want genuine Vermilion. I'm gonna buy it eventually. It's a mercury based, but I'm not worried about that. I really want to try genuine Vermilion. What's your favorite Old Master color? So let's see here, Steven. I use Prussian blue very sparingly. Awesome. Yeah, I've never tried Prussian blue. Ultramarine blue is actually Old Master color as well. But genuine ultramarine blue is Old Master color. If you look at the lapis, lapis is the name of the rock of the genuine ultramarine blue, and that's the one that Vermeer is famous for using. Is there a, oh, you want Vermilion as well? I think I'm gonna buy the genuine Vermilion from either Rublev or Michael Harding, but I'm gonna get it eventually. I'm probably gonna use it very sparingly, but I really want to get it. I think the trees need some more definition. So as I'm adding more paint, wet paint onto wet paint, I am adding a little more medium and turpentine to get the paint to flow. Hey, Ariel. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you loved the artwork. Hey, Troy. So Old Master colors include genuine Vermilion, genuine ultramarine blue, which is lapis lazuli, if I can pronounce it. I don't know. I probably mispronounced it. Yellow ochre, Venetian red, lead tin yellow, lead white, which is flake white or Kremnitz white. Ivory black is one, an Old Master color. Raw umber is an Old Master color. Gamboge is an Old Master color. Cinnabar green is an Old Master color. I can go on and on. I think also actually I can't go on and on. I don't know that many. There weren't really that trick question really. There weren't really that many Old Master colors because the Old Masters didn't have as many colors as we have now. Trick question. So I guess this one is a little more difficult. Oh wow! Hey, Julie Dan, we're at 148. Wow, I didn't know we would get that far. So I better be planning how I'm gonna paint that planet. Hey, Steven, lead tin yellow, awesome. I want to get that one. I want to get that color. Hey, Barry Max, I have Vermilion from Cobra. Wonder if it will have mercury. No, no. Don't worry, Barry. It won't have mercury in it. But I do like that color, actually, the one you have. I have it as well. Rose Madder, awesome. That is a great red, definitely. Hey, Troy. Um, oh, so a bit like the toxic. Yeah, I guess so. We can word it like that. Although yellow ochre is not really that toxic, but I guess yeah, they're a little toxic. Now, how close are we? So again, if anyone wants to see me paint a planet in the distance, I should have thought that one through. I'm gonna need a circle, a perfect circle. What am I gonna use for a perfect circle? So here's my sap green. That could work. for a perfect circle. I'm getting ready. So if anyone wants to see that, oh, 149. So one more like, and we're gonna paint a planet and the distance up here in the sky. Almost there, and I already have the perfect circle ready to put in the. Oof, I need some water. So yeah, we're almost there to paint in the mountain. Hey, Barry Max. Bottom of Gamboge. Oh, hey, clever. Clever. That might actually be a better. Yeah, good job. That's actually. Yeah, let's make a giant planet. All right. All right. I'm down with that. See, this is a team effort. This is a group effort from all of us. Already, it looks like we have 150, but somebody confirmed with me. Oh, wow. Hey, we got 150 likes. Thank you, everyone. So it seems like everyone wants to see that that planet painted in the distance. So what are we going to name that planet? I've had some suggestions for planet Yupari, but I don't know. I feel like that's a little too much ego to name a planet after myself. So let's see. Anyone into Dragon Ball Z? We can paint planet Namek and bring Namek back. All right, so I definitely need thin paint for this one. So medium, turpentine. And thank you for the emojis there. Awesome. A little more turpentine. Wait a minute, this isn't Gamsol. I could feel the difference right away between the two. The Gamsol kind of feels like it eats at the paint, so I gotta use it carefully. Okay, let's do it. No, maybe up here. I'd say up here. Yeah, up here. Okay, so it's not going to be a perfect circle because I can't really gauge where I'm painting it. Okay, we're going to get all like 2008 and just YOLO this. It's close enough to a perfect circle. That's close enough. Perfect circle. All right, so now this is gonna be fun. We're definitely gonna have some fun with this. Although I got some paint on my Gamvar, it's all good. That's what your exercise pants are for. So let's see. What have I missed? Planet Paprika. That's a good one, Barry. Planet Turpentine. DJ MRS Ron. That's a good name. Planet Turpentine. Oh wait, that doesn't say turpentine. No, none of that. We can't have any politics in here. The rules are no politics or religion or anything controversial. So let's put in a planet name here. Planet Yupari, Steven. You have a star named after you? Wow. A pointless present brought from a former girlfriend in the 80s. Oh, wow. Let's see. Planet Yupari too, because we are looking from planet Yupari. What? All of you are awesome. Everyone is making this stream amazing. Just remember there are some rules, such as no controversial topics. Because YouTube will shut us down. Alright, so now I'm going to start to fill in some density for this planet. And since it's in the distance, we're not going to see that much of it. But like anything, it's going to have light and shade, so I'm going to have to put in some light and shade. And since it's kind of like high noon in this image, let me think. Planet Claire. Awesome name, Kathy. Let's see. A B-52 song. I don't think I know that song, but if it's from a song that I don't know, then maybe. A red dwarf star. Well, it's not red anymore, but... Oh, is that... I think that's like a... Is that a Star Wars reference? It's going to be mostly blue, but I want to put in some purple effects. Let's put in the shadow over here. And I'm just kind of safely painting in between the lines. Right, so more missing the master studies. Apologize. The thing about the master studies is it's not like we'll never do them again. Of course we will. It's just that we're just exploring different subject matter. But don't worry, we'll do some more. And again, for classical painting, everyone, please, if you don't mind, check out the online classes. So that goes way into detail. More detail than any of my YouTube videos, to be honest, on the techniques of classical portraiture and classical painting. And we're going to move into other topics too. And don't worry, we're going to overlap some clouds over this. Let's see. What have I missed? What have I missed? Hey, Steve, it's starting to look like the Death Star. Watch out for Hans. Okay. Oh, don't worry. I'm just painting the solidity of the planet first. This is an alla prima trick. Just paint the three-dimensional surface first and then add stuff to it. So now that we have the three-dimensionality of it, now we can do some fun stuff to it. Let's see. Hey, Barry Max, maybe the answer is 42. Okay, I'm lost. Is that about the song? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Yupari Wanning Gibson. I feel like these are Star Wars references, but I don't I don't know. I'm not cool enough, man. All right, now let's add some stuff to this. I'm gonna mix up a purple because purple is a fun color. Hey, Steven, a bit like I painted that apple. Oh, yeah, awesome. I really like that apple that you painted, by the way, Steven. The frame worked really nice with the frame works really nice with the apple. It's a stage of full moon. Don't worry, we're going to make it a little more realistic in a little bit. But I want to add some purple color to it. And I'm using ultramarine blue and alizarin to get a violetish color heading towards purple. Is there a funny? I actually have a painting in progress with planets in the skies. Oh, awesome. I can relate to that. All right, that's purple enough. It's actually right alongside the logo. I got a different brush. Now we're going to put some continents, purple continents. Because purple. Oh, thanks, Donda. And this is going to be wet on wet, so I'm just testing a spot first. The paint is too thick, so I got to thin it out a little more. Let's see. Hey, Barry Max. So I'm guessing you don't know about the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. No, unfortunately I don't. Sorry, I'm not cool enough. Hey Steven, I still remember the excitement when Star Wars came out in 77. We had literally never seen anything like it before. I remember my first time watching Star Wars, actually. It was, I think, in Lima, Peru. It was a family vacation or something, if I recall correctly. I think I was about like 6 years old or something when we watched the first Star Wars. But of course, I mean, I was born in 91, so it wasn't when it came out, but it's like my earliest memories watching Star Wars. Oh wow. I can't imagine what the lines must have been like to wait for Star Wars. Can you imagine how different the world is now? It's crazy. Oh, no worries, Kathy. No worries, everyone. Time is relative. And I'm just kind of putting in these continents a little sharp, but I'm gonna blur them. I don't know what shape it's gonna be, but it's gonna be some kind of shape. No worries, Troy. No worries. You know, when I was in high school, that's when the first smartphones came out, and whenever I tell that to some youngsters in their early 20s these days, they're just like, man, what? You know. Although I must say it was really nice growing up in the 90s. Recess was still a thing. I remember the ice cream truck always pulling up. Things are drastically different now. Man, I should have made these continents look like Pangea. I have like 3 different continents, or maybe 4, that are too close. They're kind of similar to Pangea. I'm not in too much doubt yet. But if I'm in too much doubt, then I can, yeah, blur. But I'm going to overlap this with clouds. Not completely, but somewhat. We should name this Planet Master Study. What do you think about that name? Since everyone wants the master studies. Planet Master Study. Hey Troy, did anyone else get those little bottles of milk for recess? That's my main memory. Oh yeah, I remember that. The milk cartons. I remember that. I got those too. Hey Steven, I remember watching Star Trek when it was the first show on TV. Really? Oh wow. And now we have a lot of those gadgets. I remember watching yeah, I forgot what Disney Channel show, but it was the first time I saw something similar to what FaceTime is now. And can you just imagine for a second what we're doing here? Like we're doing well, I'm doing an oil painting and I'm communicating with all of you all around the world. There's 68 of us watching basically a box. This is all like a box being broadcasted anywhere in the planet that you have internet. You can join in and watch it. Isn't that crazy when you just think about it for a second? Like, it's crazy. Like, I feel like this is the kind of tech that they would have had in if there were artists in the Star Wars time or the Star Wars saga or whatever. This is probably how they'd be doing it. Doing the painting. Because I mean, this is an evolution. This is more than just painting. This is becoming something else. It doesn't even have a name. Planet Patron, Planet Patreon. Yeah. Hey, I remember the lines for Empire Strikes Back. 8 years, and the 8-year wait for the Return of the Jedi. Oh wow. Awesome. Planet Yupari Master Study. Planet Patreon. I don't know what the last one is. Captain Picard. I don't know. But when it comes to the planet, I don't like that these two planets are connected, or two continents are connected. Isn't that nuts? We can just wipe out a whole continent. That's how much power we have with painting. We can move continents. Not see at one point we were moving mountains. Now we're moving continents. Just to put it into perspective. Planet Master Study. All right, now let's overlap Planet Master Study with some. Well, first of all, I'm going to soften it a little bit because it is in the distance. As they're loving today with the paint colors and art supplies and technology available. Yeah, I couldn't imagine this at all, to be honest. Even now, I'm still bewildered at all of this. So I'm just going to blur a little bit because this is in the distance, so there wouldn't be any sharp edges to it except for maybe on the contours. Hey Troy, anyone had any breakthroughs in their art / learning lately? That's a good question. Crowd question. Troy's question is now crowd question. Has anyone had any breakthroughs in their art / learning lately? I will say that I've had a breakthrough in technology recently, just trying to learn about CPU, GPU, RAM, bit rate, like a lot of learning for me in terms of technology. That's a great crowd question. I'm going to have to remember that. Oh, my foot fell asleep, but I'm going to have to remember that one. That's great. Hey, Steven. Looks like the bat signal is being projected on the planet. The bat symbol. There we go. Planet bat symbol master study. All right, now we can overlap it with some. Actually, you know what? The shadow is lost. I have lost the shadow a little bit. But crowd question: does anyone have had any recent breakthroughs in learning or in their technique? Hey, Crysalita. Oh, I'm glad that this is so much fun for you. The legendary Yupari pie. Oh, thank you so much. Learned looking through a glass baking pan can get your clothes really close. Uh-oh. So I lost the shadow for Planet Master Study for a little bit. Isn't that wild? We went from moving mountains to moving continents. Now that is a live stream to remember. Hey Troy, for me it was your quote about trying to put the most information on the canvas with the fewest strokes. Oh, well thank you. I'm glad that that is helping you out. Hey Edward, Carol, Xandor. I gotta look up what that is. Hey Julie, Diana 1. What's the app called? Astro? Okay, I don't know. Hey Kathy. I've been improving my art with Yupari over the past 3 months. Well, definitely. Definitely, Kathy, right here. Shout out to you. You have been progressing so much in the online classes. It's so wonderful to see. Hey Stephen, with every painting I feel I can just get on with it and feel I know what I'm doing and how to do it. Well, that's good. But as you'll notice in the later middle stages, Stephen, in the classical paintings, there are oftentimes, I call it a little bit of a research phase, because sometimes we don't have all the answers when it comes to finishing paintings and such. So sometimes it's really about investigating. So let's see. Hey Astro Beta Cyrus, no breakthrough, but I get inspired daily and have trouble deciding what the next painting should be. I see. Well, I mean, just any kind of drawings or sketches and studies can definitely help you. I recommend sketching, doing a lot of sketches. Alright, now we'll overlap. I gotta thin out the paint. I guess this is gonna be very risky. I apologize if you hear that noise. Actually, I know you can hear it because I see it on my audio spike. See how the thin paint just glides onto the thicker paint? It's a little difficult to achieve, though, I will say. Alright, what have I missed? Hey Barry, are you going to build your own PC? Eventually I do, actually. Want to build my own streaming PC. Eventually I'll get there. Especially for the multicam. I want to be able to have multiple cameras so you can see me talking to you. I think that'll make it more fun. But I don't have this, I don't have enough cores. My processor isn't strong enough for that yet. But I'll get there. Now, I don't want to completely go over the planet. Alright, let's see. What have I missed? Is there a... Yeah, I have a long investigation before I can decide to. Yeah, that's usually the upper middle stages in a painting that requires a lot of investigation. Hey, Astro Beta Cyrus. Oh, we're talking about the colors. Hey, Susanna. I must admit, my portrait painting has come on leaps and bonds since I started watching your video. Oh, awesome. I'm glad that my videos have been helping you. Hey, Julie, Diana. Okay, there's a response. Oh, yeah, no worries, Donda. Hey, Barry Max. RT. Okay, let me see. RTX 380. Okay, I'm gonna. You know what? I've got my Sharpie. Actually, it's a dry erase, but I'm gonna write that down. Anything tech related, I can definitely use advice on. Hey, Coach, which yellow do you find not so flimsy? My yellow seems cool and transparent to a degree. Flimsy. So when we mean transparent, if that's what we mean with flimsy, first of all, how does everyone like the planet? Did I cover it too much? I don't want to cover it any more than that. But what does everyone think about the planet master study? um, to be honest, I really like Gamboge like extra. It's transparent, so you may consider it flimsy. Gamboge like extra, but if you're looking for a pretty decent yellow, then if you don't want to get lead tin yellow, which is the old master yellow, then cadmium yellow. That's cadmium yellow up there. Anything cadmium, really. All right, so now let's put in some distant stuff in this the background of these mountains. So greenish gray. Oh, I'm glad you like the mountains, or not the mountains, the planet. Thanks for the emojis. That's cool. I got to do something with this font. I feel like it shrank. I'm gonna have to look at some more CSS code for the comments there. Oh, I'm glad you like the planet, Kuch. Oh, I'm glad you like the planet and its position. I mean, isn't that wild? We have distant mountains in the background. We have Planet Master Study. And then we have the Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, looking to have a personal consultation with those that have disliked the stream. Isn't that awesome how much we can do with Alla Prima? Alright, now I'm going to start to put in these distant information. I'm glad everyone's liking the planet. Thanks, Astro Beta Cyrus. Hey, Chrysalida, the planet has changed the entire look of the painting, and it looks great. Oh, thank you. All right, let's add some. Actually, it already kind of looks fine without any extra additions, but let's risk it. I'm gonna make a kind of light gray green. But gray in the sense that I don't want this green to be anywhere near as warm as this green. And so this is creating a plain, this could be an entire city with just a few brush strokes. Oh, thanks, Astro Beta Cyrus. Oh, that's cool. I wish someone would use this as a book cover. That'd be cool. There's definitely a story involved here. Definitely. Let's see. Barry Max. Maybe the planet is a bit too dark on the shadow edge. Maybe it looks like it's hovering in the clouds a bit. It could be. It could be that the planet is a little too close. Bob Ross would say, I think we have a finished painting. But I would say, I think we can push the planes a little further. Well, Bob Ross, of course, had the limitation of that 30-minute window. Whereas YouTube, I think, lets us stream for up to like 12 hours. So there's definitely a plane break here between this partition. And I gotta be careful that this value doesn't disrupt. And when I want the paint to be thick, I'm gonna go for the flake white. You created entire continents with a few brushstrokes. A whole planet. Yep. That's what we were trying to do. Zara, I'm glad that you're enjoying, I hope that you're enjoying this experience. I mean, that's one of the things I really enjoy about painting in general. But this has surpassed my wildest expectations. I mean, being able to do these live streams, these virtual painting sessions. And I can't wait for the live chat tomorrow for my online students. Hey, I'm Coach. Let's do a 12-hour marathon painting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. If you're interested, check out the Patreon. Again, here is again a screenshot from the painting we actually just finished today. So let me switch back to this. So that's the one we just finished today. So if your interest is in taking your learning further with me, please check out the online classes. So this plane break that I'm trying to describe, this value is very similar to this one. But I have to differentiate between the two, so I'm going to make this one slightly darker, but not as dark as this, nor as light as this. It's a very slight change in value. Let's see. Yep, that would be fun to be able to do that. I think my computer would probably explode after 12 hours. I think it's because the planet has more contrast than the furthest mountains that it feels closer. Oh. That's a good suggestion there, Barry. Oh, okay. That's a good observation. All right, we're going to get a synthetic brush and just try to blend it. I speculate that it is possible for this shadow to be somewhat dark, but you're right. I don't think it would make sense if it was too much darker than what's in the distance here. It could be that this is too light, and I think it is a little too light. But again, it's not supposed to be a literal, This is more of like a fantasy world that we've painted. A world where everyone gets along. Loch Ness Monster is safe to go around and do what it does best. But I do think this needs to get a little... now that you mention it, that does have to get a little darker. Let's see. It's the Death Star. Possibly. All right, so now is the time I should ask everyone, what would you like to see? And I know I'm going to get master studies, so I'm going to put that one um, into the list of possibilities. But what would everyone like to see for the next virtual painting session, which will hopefully be on Monday, given the technology works? Would you like to see something Halloween related already, or we can bring back the pumpkins, or fall related? Which, by the way, my favorite season is fall or autumn, however you want to call it. I love fall, like the changing color of the leaves and everything. Sweater weather is my favorite weather. All right, let's see. Is there it could be more moisture between us and the distant mountains than clear skies seeing the planet would make. Would make the planet more contrast. Could be. Fall theme, Kutch? Yeah? Yep, Donda, we can do another pumpkin run. Erica, you like the fall idea? Awesome. Hey Barry Max, a strange still life of an everyday item. Ooh, that's a good one. A strange still life of an everyday item and a lot of fall themed suggestions. Awesome. I like where this is heading. Because I still have those pumpkins that I wanna paint. Fall mountain trail. That's a good idea, Kathy. Fall mountain trail. That's something I could probably find on Unsplash. That's cool. Chrysalida, Tomasi, I would like to see a sunset before winter sets in. Ooh, sunsets. I like where this is going. I'm going to need to expand my color palette. Hey, Steven, as we've been discussing 70s movies, Jaws. So, paint the shark? I could probably paint the shark. I didn't forget the previous suggestions either. Cityscapes and things such as that. But any suggestions you have in mind? Fall related or anything? As this painting is almost drawing to a close. All right, let's see here. Dark, scary landscape. Ooh, that's nice. Nice suggestion there. Something dark and scary. Hey, Steven. Yep, a big shark with teeth and a Halloween pumpkin stuck in its mouth. A Halloween pumpkin stuck in its... Okay, I can see that. I'd have to do some studies for that. Big shark with teeth. And the Halloween pumpkin stuck in its mouth. That is creative. I think you know what. I think everyone knows what the next crowd question might be. But let's see first. How many different suggestions, or how many suggestions? So if your suggestion is something that someone else already suggested, please just feel free to write it down. That will sorry, that will give me more clarification as to what everyone wants to see. Actually, you know what? I think we can do this. I think we can have two crowd questions at the same time. So, two crowd questions. The first one is still the same one. What would you like to see in the next live stream, next virtual painting session? So that's one. The next one is, what should we title this? I want to, and you know that I like comical titles. Comical titles are my favorite kind of titles. So, comical titles for this scene starting now, if you don't mind. Ooh, Kathy, that's a good one. Haunted house in the moonlight. I like where this is going. This is a nice contrast from the more rigorous classical paintings that we have with my online classes. So again, once you have enough experience with classical painting, this becomes a possibility to be able to explore. But yep, any suggestions on titles for this painting? And of course, suggestions. I like the haunted house in the moonlight. Hey, Chryssalida Tomasi, Fantasy Lake. That's cool. That's a good title. Hey, Susanna, City Landscape in the Rain. I think you wrote it last time or someone wrote it, but definitely I've taken a mental note of that one. Landscape with the city. With landscape, I would, with cityscape and cityscape, I would most likely use a transfer drawing. Either I would just trace the picture, or, but I would definitely not freehand draw a cityscape. It would take the entirety of the stream just to draw it. Hey, Dondo, I suggest perspective, any city/village. That kind of goes with Kathy's suggestion of the haunted house in the moonlight. And the fall theme goes with the spooky aspect as well, like a scary landscape. I like where this is going. Let's see. Is there the headless horse riding guy with the pumpkin head, jack-o'-lantern? That's a good idea. It's going to be hard to find the pictures of that one, but yeah. Hey, Barry Max, the parallel port under my bed. Parallel port, so like a wormhole into another planet could be a title. Reminds me of my favorite type of TV shows. My favorite TV shows are sci-fi. Let's see. Hey, Kathy, the title, waiting on a friend. Oh, that makes sense. Waiting on a friend, and then you decide to paint a landscape, and in the landscape there happens to be a distant planet and the Loch Ness monster. Hey, Zara, I do like moonlit scenes. Okay, moonlit scenes. Astro Beta Cyrus. I'd like to see a grapevine with grapes on it. Oh, okay. It's a good suggestion too. Keep them coming, please. Keep the suggestions coming. As this adventure draws to a close, we are already planning out our next one. And don't forget to check out the online classes if you like what you're seeing here and you want to take your learning further with me. Now, obviously, these trees are too symmetrical, so I'm going to add some variety to them in a little bit. Moonlit scenes. All right, we're getting a lot of moonlit scenes. All right, I'm going to get my old dry erase and write it down. Not dry erase, but marker. Moonlit scenes. Is there a mermaids and fairies? Okay, so like fantasy. Okay, we can do things like that. But again, just like the cityscape, that would require a lot of preliminary drawing work, but that's possible. Looking for Loch Ness. Oh, that's that's a good one. I like landscapes for that ability that we have. I like how no one suggested Waldo. We could have put Waldo in there at some point, but we didn't. Of course, it would be like a giant Where's Waldo? Chrysalida landscape with palm trees. Oh, that's nice. Hey Barry, terraformed moon. Oh yeah, I can see that. This is a terraformed planet or moon. It's a clever title. Hey Ufred, paint 2020. That makes sense. It's a painting done in 2020. Definitely social distancing going on here. Is there dinosaurs? Yeah, I like that idea. I would love to paint a dinosaur. Because, you know, I love reptiles. So a dinosaur is definitely possible. Let's see. M. Kutch, still with Godzilla. Oh, I like the dinosaur idea. Makes the purple planet a dead Earth. Oh, that makes sense. My grim sense of humor. Painting 2020 just destroyed the whole canvas. Oh no. We can paint a witch. Oh, that's a good idea. For a Halloween themed. Ooh, I like that idea. I like it. Stick an Irish flag on the planet. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, paint. Oh no! Why would we paint that? Paint the corona. Maybe a Corona bottle. But then YouTube, the bots would come after us. Planet Terraforma. Terraforma. Is there you could do a doomsday field with 2 planets in collision in the sky. Ooh, that would be scary. Or what would be terrifying, at least for me, would be an asteroid. I tell you what, some of the worst nightmares I've ever had involved asteroids and nuclear bombs. Like, those are like the worst nightmares that I ever had. So that sounds like something that we could do. A scary theme with an asteroid coming towards us. Hey, Steven, started a scary T-Rex last week as a present for someone. Oh, wow. Awesome. Hey, over at Paint Scandinavia. I have to look for references for that, but we can do that. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Wilfred. Hey, Donda. So near Earth objects. Okay. So a landscape with an asteroid definitely is a near Earth object. I could have easily put an asteroid here. Or I can still put an asteroid going towards that planet. Or an asteroid hitting the planet. That would be interesting. Kind of grim. Hey, could you paint a still life of Halloween candy? That's possible. It's definitely possible. I'm liking all these suggestions. Is there? I prefer less grim and more fun paintings. Okay, yeah, we can stick with that. We may have to do at least 1 or 2 grim paintings for the Halloween theme, but for the most part, they will be more fun paintings, such as this one. Hey, Barry Max. Wow, it's 2:45 a.m., almost 3 a.m. over there. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed the live stream. It's 8:34 p.m. over here. Have a good night, Barry. Thanks for joining the stream. Hey, Griox. Adam's family portrait for Halloween. Could be. I'd have to find a way around copyright. Hey, Astro Beta Cyrus. I love hawk. So painting a hawk, yeah. That's a good one. I'm liking all the wildlife suggestions and the dinosaur suggestions for sure. Aliens, a small spaceship maybe. Hannah, yeah, we could paint some aliens. Or it'd be funny to paint like an alien creating a painting of an alien. That would be pretty fun. I don't think anyone's done that before. Well, I'm sure they have, but that sounds kind of fun. Oh my goodness, how could I forget? I should have done this earlier on, but if this is your first time in the virtual painting session, if this is your first time here with us, please let us know, and I'll give you a shout out with the paintbrush. My apologies, I usually do that around the middle. Ocher from 1986 movie. I don't know. So again, if this is your first time, anyone please write that it's your first time. We'll give you a shout out with the paintbrush. And let's see. Hey Griox, Dracula. Ooh. Nice Halloween theme. Hey Steven, wildlife like one of the big five elephant, rhinoceros. Oh yeah, that would be fun. Hey M Kutch. Alrighty, shout out to you. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Let's see. My name is Myra. Well, hello Myra. Welcome to the virtual painting sessions, Myra. I hope that you're enjoying the painting sessions. Shout out with my old paintbrush here. Hope you're enjoying the virtual painting sessions. Is there a alien painting Earth or human scenes? No, that would be funny. An alien painting Earth. You know that painting, the Vermeer painting titled, I think the art of painting or something. It'd be funny if that was like an alien painting like a human or something. That'd be funny. Hey Steven, first time as a Patreon member. Again, welcome to the online classes, Steven. Can't wait to see your artwork. The apple was amazing. I really enjoyed your apple painting. Awesome. So again, everyone, if you enjoyed what you're seeing here and you want to take your learning further with me, please check out the online classes. Again, for $10 a month. Gets you access to all the lessons, all the previous virtual classroom footage. And then, of course, you can send images to me each week. And you can communicate with me whenever you like. And don't forget, today would actually be a great day to join up, because if you end up joining the Patreon today, you can still attend the live chat tomorrow. So you'll actually be able to see me, like the real person, me, in front of the camera and talking to you with Mr. Taco, the Chihuahua. So if anyone is on the fence today, definitely check it out. Today would be a great day to join if you're watching live, because you get to join in with the live chat tomorrow. Hey Hannah, oh thank you. I'm glad you like the way the painting looks. Oh, I almost missed one. Hey Hannah O'Keefe, alrighty. You're new here. Hello. New viewer shout out to you. Welcome, Hannah, to the virtual painting sessions. I'm sorry, my eyes are kind of failing me. If I missed anyone's comment in the past, if you're new here, if this is your first time, please again just type it again for me here, and I'll give you the shout out with the paintbrush. So welcome to the live streams, Hannah, and I will most likely be back around the same time on Monday, around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey Stephen, the Scream painting, Google it. Great alien paintings of it. Oh, I think I know what you mean. The Starry Night paintings with the Scream picture in it. Oh, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't. Nope, nope, no politics. Nope, nope. None of that. Let's see. What have I missed here? Hey, I'm Kutch. Oh, I'm glad you joined on Patreon. And again, I will be sending some new patrons. I'll be sending your welcoming package as soon as this stream ends. I'll be sending you the welcoming package with all of the links that you will need for the online classes. Hey Stephen, yeah. So for the live chat tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight I will be posting the link on Patreon. Before I go to bed, I'll post the link, and all you need to do is click on the post. It'll have the link, and it'll take you to the YouTube stream, the YouTube stream that only patrons can see for the live chat for tomorrow. Is there a? Oh, awesome! I'm glad you've joined the online classes. I will be sending you the link. So everyone that just signed up, I'll be sending you the welcoming package that has the playlists, the newly created materials, video, and definitely be on the lookout for the post that I'm going to create for tomorrow's live chat. And of course, you get to meet the Chihuahua, Mr. Taco. Well, thank you so much for joining the Patreon. So I think I have, if the correct word is smoothened out or whatever, I've softened the shapes that I wanted to soften, minus this one. And now it's just time to drop a signature. So at this point, any last questions anyone has? And again, Zara, I'll be sending you the welcoming package. And Kutch, I will be sending you the welcoming package with all of the links and everything. So please, any last questions that you have? I'm just going to be figuring out where to sign this painting. I think I'm going to go and sign it. Here. Yeah, I'm going to sign it there. Yep, Kutch, yep. Yep, definitely look forward to our live chat tomorrow with Mr. Taco. Oh, your Chihuahua has a neighbor. Zara, your Chihuahua has a neighbor named Taco. Oh, wow. Awesome. Yep, Mr. Taco is our family Chihuahua. So I'm going to use a bluish color. A little more Gamsol. Venetian Medium. Till I get the right consistency. And of course, I think this brush might be too thick. A little more Gamsol. I just want to get the paint consistency right before I drop a signature. I think I will sign it here. So any last questions as I'm signing? I changed my mind. I don't want to sign it there. I'm actually going to level out the ground over here, and then sign down here. Because the signature is also part of the composition, inevitably. So you want to have a... There we go. I have a decent little spot there to sign. Alright, let's sign this thing. Let's see. Hey, Crusalita. Thanks so much for all your efforts and your work today. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, yeah, I have enjoyed it very much. Blessings, be safe. You too, do the same. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you like Nessie. I'm just going to drop a signature. So any questions? Any questions on the online classes, the techniques? Oh, thanks, Dondo, for the super chat. Thank you so much for supporting in so many ways. Thank you for your super chat. I'm going to give you a shout out with all of my paintbrushes that have been in use today. All of the brushes shout out to Dondo here. Thank you so much for the super chat, buddy, and everything that you do. Hey, Steven. Thanks for watching. And have a good night. Remember to, again, Steven and everyone on Patreon, remember to look for that post. It will be titled Live Chat, and you'll have the link that you need. And it's 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Well, thank you for tuning in, Susanna. And remember, when you sign, you always want to leave at least 1 millimeter or so around the edge to leave room for the frame. Well, thank you, Kathy. Thanks, Dondo. Have a good night. Oh, thank you, Julie Diana 1. And thanks for the emojis as well. Shout out to your emojis here with the good old fan brush. And thanks to everyone that has left a like, and especially thank you to our monitor, Dondo. So everyone give a round of applause for Dondo, our monitor, who has been helping us in so many ways, especially keeping the chat viewer friendly. Hey, Hopeful. Oh, I'm so glad you watched the stream from beginning to end. I'm glad that you have enjoyed it. All right, come on, everyone. I want to see some claps or thumbs up emojis for Dondo, our moderator. And again, to everyone, thank you to everyone for making this such an awesome event. All of you that have been watching the streams have been making these experiences so wonderful. Oh, yeah, of course, Dondo. Hey, Crystalia, is there a specific place to sign your painting? I'm usually very careful with where I sign. Oh, thanks everyone for the claps. Yeah, everyone clap for Don Doe. Thanks for the thumbs up. 1 page of self-care a day. I usually will try to sign somewhere that fits the composition. Sometimes I'll sign like in the corner of a portrait, and other times in the top left. It all really depends on the composition. Thanks everyone for the emojis for Dondo, our wonderful moderator. All right, I'll hang out for a little bit longer. And again, thanks for all the suggestions too. I can't wait to put all of these suggestions into fruition in future painting sessions. Hey Hannah, clappity clap clap. That's right. Clap clap clappity clap for Dondo, our wonderful moderator. All right, I'll hang out for a little bit longer for any questions. Is there oh yes, of course. Everything's for sale. If you are interested in this painting, or if you're interested in prints of this painting, I've been struggling a little bit trying to figure out how to make prints, to be honest. But yep, this will be for sale at some point. So I'm just using the Gamsol to clean the brushes. And I usually group the smaller brushes together and clean them all at once. So I was actually referred to a store not too far away from where I live that makes prints. So I'm going to check out that store, see how the prints turn out, and then if the prints turn out well, then I will start to sell art prints, if I can figure that out. Yep, of course. Welcome, Hannah. Welcome, everyone. I'm hoping everyone liked this, and I'm just cleaning brushes. Just hanging out a little bit, cleaning brushes. Is there a Printful, Redbubble? I think are good places for prints. Even Fine Art America. I gotta check that out. Yeah. It's kind of hard for like a one-person team to do all this, but I'm trying to figure it out. And again, thanks everyone for the applause for Dondo, our wonderful moderator. I'm almost done cleaning my brushes, except for the, of course, bigger ones. Let's see. Yeah, these should be added on Etsy at some point soon, yes. But right now, what I'm really looking at is the prints and how to do that. So if anyone is going to be interested in prints, hopefully I'll have that ready soon. Someone even mentioned like an auction style for these. Hey Dada, yeah. Yeah, I wish I could put my fiance Lucy to work on this, but my fiance is wonderful, one of the most wonderful people in my life, and I don't want to add any stress to her life. Putting her to work for the prince would just be too stressful. So if anyone ever was wondering how I clean these brushes, I just, again, dip it into the solvent, paper towel. Once I'm done with the paper towels, I put them in a metal container. And then I'm good to go. So I got one more brush to clean with the solvent. And then we should be good. Hey, M. Kutch, I am on Arts Pan, and people directly order prints. Oh, M. Kutch, so is that like a print on demand? I'm going to write that down. Arts Pan. Okay, I'll write it down. Thank you for the suggestion. See, I'm over here taking notes. Thanks for the suggestion. It has been written down, it is noted, and I will do some research. And also, everyone that's just joined or thinking about joining the online classes, don't hesitate to send me any questions that you have. And of course, utilize the online, all of the benefits that you have. So for instance, you can still send me images for the month of October, even though it's just begun. You can already send me images of your original artworks. But remember, each week you can send images of your projects in progress and classwork. So we're just cleaning the last brush, my all-time favorite brush with the solvent. Then after this, of course, I'll clean this brush with hot water and dish soap. Hey, M. Kutch, yes, they can build the originals too and create your own website. Oh, cool. Yeah, I gotta check that out. For the time being, my website is down. It needs to be updated, and I just haven't been able to get to it. But yeah, I gotta look into that. All right, this brush is now clean and ready for the soap and water treatment. That being said, that is about it for today's virtual painting session. I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Let me see here. A few more comments. Yep, let's check it out. Is there oh yeah, the Art of Carolinas with Jerry's Artorama. I bet you can teach an online class with them at their event. Oh, okay. More suggestions. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to write on the back side of my notepad now. Let's see, what is this called? Art of the Carolinas with Jerry's. All right, I have made the notes for the Art of Carolinas. Awesome. So again, I hope that everyone enjoyed this virtual painting session. Don't forget to check out the online classes where I guide you through every step of the way of classical oil paintings, portrait paintings such as this one, along with, we're going to now be moving into practical figure drawing, along with still life and other types of online learning resources. I wish you the very best in all of your artwork. I hope that you enjoyed the live stream and that it may help you out in your own artwork. Again, I keep saying the same thing, but I wish you the best in all of your artwork, and I will see you on the next one.